The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
Good evening, everybody. It is finally Friday, and I'm excited because Fridays is like my favorite day of the week because I get to hang with you guys. So, yay! We got a stacked, pretty in-depth show tonight. We're going to be going over some kind of odd topics that I didn't think that I would hear, but I'm going to introduce my friends for now. I think there's probably going to be more on the way, but until they show up, my home slices, my ride or dies are right here. Starting with my left-hand man, the author, David Applegate.
G'day, friends and fans. Welcome to a non-AI produced show.
Yeah, we doing a real.
Yeah.
But we do have a doctor on staff. He's the Dr. Coffin Nails right here.
Good evening, and I like to think of myself as his left foot.
Oh yeah,
and Friday is also my favorite day of the week.
Yeah.
Now that's a steel cut boot.
So I got started on the lights, but I ran out of time. My kids wanted to take a nap, and so I was like, "Well, I guess I can't drill no more holes." That's the worst part about being a. I guess it's not the worst part about being a dad, but. Anytime I'm trying to do like any kind of home work, renovation work, it's like, the kids just fell asleep. And I'm like, the heck, nabbit. So,
yep. I mean, you can't make loud noises, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Can't use the drill. Can't use the circular saw.
I just had Steve Carell Pepper pop into my head yelling loud noises. Oh, God. The guy's just got so many clips. It's just incredible, the amount. I used to use Steve Carell clips all the time to respond to people.
Right.
But,
you mean from The Office?
Yeah, from The Office. Not anything else.
Right.
I don't think he's done anything else of note. But The Office is his, like, well, you can't say his only work, but it's like his best work.
I like that. I like that show to a degree, but it hits too close to home for where I used to work at. So,
wait, what show is it?
The Office.
We got 20
the
people.
American Office, the American version. Now, the British version's good.
Ernie's watching. He says, "Sup?" He's watching by campfire. What's up, man? Hey, you enjoy that campfire? There's 21 people watching on X. 23 people.
Oh,
it's
nice.
going up because probably what the main topic for tonight is that Nick Rekieta got arrested.
Yes,
dude, that is insane. The worst part about it is he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna. He wants to represent himself.
I have a few things to say about Nick.
Oh yeah,
I have a history with Nick.
What kind of history? Is it good or bad or what?
Well, it's neutral. I mean, I had a habit of, for some reason, I would make a comment, and whenever I would make a snide comment in the chat about lawyers, I would always get under his skin, and he would single me out and yell at me. So I had fun with him.
I really enjoyed his coverage on the oh crap.
Johnny Depp trial? Oh, the Rittenhouse, yeah.
Yeah, dude, Johnny Depp trial, man. He was on point with that.
Johnny Depp and Rittenhouse, his viewership exploded.
Yes, dude, Kyle Rittenhouse, he went through the roof, and then it was just like, okay, cool. And I had notifications turned on, like I wanted to listen to that dude talk because he would like break down would break down live streams like in a way that I could like follow. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Okay. He's not just a YouTuber. He is actually a registered lawyer in Minnesota.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, for now,
Well,
He is-
exactly.
but I'm
his
just saying,
license may be being suspended.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can
Hey.
still represent yourself.
Yeah,
You
there's
just can't
31
represent
people
others.
watching over on X. Good evening, X. Hello.
Good
Hit that.
evening.
Hit the comment, thumbs up, all that good stuff. Oh, Ernie popped over to X. He said, "I'm on X now." Nice. Hey, so I did pop up the number if you guys want to call in, if you have any if you want to discuss the situation with Nick Rekieta. Not with Nick Rekieta, because I don't have access to him. But I'm just saying, like, on this topic, hit that phone number 1-703-382-6928. That'll bring you to my soundboard. You say your piece and then be on your way. We do reserve the right to bounce you if you say something stupid. But anyway, I'm shocked that there were children involved.
Now,
Oh yeah.
before we continue, I'd just like to say, don't call in and tell me that Steve Carell did Gru. I know that. I'm talking about his work, not work he did for others, okay? And as for Nick, he has been reported by so many as just as a YouTuber. Come on, he's more than that, and you know it. He can represent himself.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Ernie. So Ernie has a question. I don't even know who he is. Nick Rekieta is... I think he's a pretty cool dude. He's had some issues right now. Let me bring up a picture of him. Let's see if I can find.
He's an almost YouTube celebrity.
Yeah,
he could have been huge. That's the sad part.
I mean, he's up there.
He could be one of the top 10 YouTubers right now if he would have stayed on the trajectory he was on.
Yeah, he was a good dude. He discussed a lot of law cases when Kyle Rittenhouse was in trial. When
he should have been covering the Trump trial. He would have been.
He would have been killing.
Here is a picture of him.
Your
screen.
When it comes to YouTube lawyers,
this
he's
fella
one of the
right here. He actually had he got arrested. Was it today?
Wednesday.
Wednesday. Okay.
So
Wednesday morning about 10 a.m.
All right, so I'm gonna bring this picture back up. Somebody actually went in and enhanced this area right here.
Oh, jeez.
What's a white powder about?
Oh, jeez.
Because he got seriously. I mean, he's looking at about 20, 26, 27 years.
But
the amount of drugs.
Yeah, but not.
I doubt he will do any hard time. But I mean, he's in big trouble.
He is.
He's also got a defamation lawsuit against him.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you know about that.
No, I didn't.
Where he called someone a PDF file. And with no proof, and the guy. Yeah, and the guy he basically dared him to sue him, and he did, and he's not doing too well in that. And he hired and Rekieta himself hired a big lawyer, and he's probably paying about $2,000 an hour because he's a big time California lawyer.
Dang.
And he's probably going to lose that case, and now this isn't going to help that case at all, I'm guessing. But
no.
Yeah, he's been on a downward.
Sucks, dude.
He's been on a downward trajectory for a while, and I've been kind of feeling sorry for him in a way, but I mean, it's mostly of his own making.
Yeah, the firearm possession comes with drugs, but the thing is, he didn't do anything illegal as far as firearm possession, except for the fact it's federal law, I believe, that you cannot own guns if you're a drug user, Hunter. And Nick is actually being charged for the same crime as Hunter Biden, and look at the time difference in charges.
Well, the thing is, if you find a bunch of illegal drugs and there's guns with it, that carries with it a pretty serious thing from what I understand.
You are banned under federal law from owning a gun if you're a drug user. Full stop. You have to disclose your illicit drug use.
It's the two of them together that gives you a big problem.
He legally purchased them at the time, except he later became a drug user, and legally he is supposed to He's got like a week to sell them or something, you know.
Right.
Ernie, yeah, man, he's in Australia.
Yeah,
It's
I'm in the
morning.
cold.
It's morning
Yeah.
for him.
What are you guys
Yeah.
like 16 hours ahead of us?
I
16
think
hours ahead of
14
us
right now
Eastern. Oh, 14.
for
Okay.
me.
Yeah. It's 11 a.m. here, and it
Okay.
is gray skies.
It's
was
tomorrow
raining
already.
earlier. Yeah, and it's tomorrow
Dang,
already.
65 people. 65 people watching on
Holy
X.
crap.
I love X,
Yeah,
man.
holy
What is
cow, I love
up?
X.
Yeah, I've been following this. I've been doing nothing but watching
Yes.
streams about this for the last day since I found out about it.
It's been massive, dude.
Mhm.
It's been
I
massive.
think it blew up because people saw the gun and drugs and they said, what?
Mhm.
He's been charged with the same crime as Hunter Biden. And look at the time difference between
Right.
charging. I mean, look at the time difference between arrest, charging, and trial.
Mhm.
It's 3 days. He's gone from arrest to trial in 3 days.
He's already on trial. I didn't even know that. Boy, this thing is breaking
Pre-trial.
like crazy.
Yeah.
Pre-trial.
Okay. I didn't even know
Pre-trial.
that. I know he was. I just now found he was out a few hours ago.
Yeah,
I didn't know it either. Somebody was
that's
in
the
his
relief, yeah.
somebody was in his chat and was just like, hey, not his chat, on his live, it was that umbrella
Okay.
guy, and was like,
Yeah.
hey, wouldn't it be funny if he goes live tonight? And they were like, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, guess it would be funny.
With Nick, who knows? I mean, he could
Right,
go
dude.
live.
The dude would be up there.
You never know with him.
You might do
Yeah,
it.
okay. Obviously, with pre-trial, he just basically went in, stated who his representatives are, because that's all pre-trial is, right? Who's going to represent you? Do you oppose bail? Apparently, it wasn't opposed. So, you know, he's still in good standing with the community. So he was. So I don't know what bond was posted, but it was accepted. So
Ernie,
he did all right.
Ernie said in the comment section, if he gets a Democrat judge, he'll be okay. No, not true. Not true.
No.
He
No.
dumped on Amber Turd. So
Rekieta would be put through the ringer if he gets a Democrat judge, because he's hardcore on he's been very hardcore outspoken about the Democrat Party.
Depending what judge he gets, I mean, he could be in big trouble because he was bad mouthing the judge that is dealing with his defamation case.
Yep.
And he
really,
also did Kyle, so he's not going to win friends there.
Oh yeah, he was the that's right.
That's true.
No, he didn't do. I mean, all he did was like podcast
All you have
about
to do
the
is talk
Kyle
about-
Rittenhouse. He wasn't really
have to do
involved
is
with the
say
Kyle
nice
Rittenhouse
things.
stuff.
No, but you just only look. It's St. Paul. You only have to say nice things about Kyle.
Mhm.
Yeah, right. Dang, we got 76 people watching. One person on YouTube, because YouTube sucks, man. Ernie
It
says
is.
gag order. Yes, dude. Yes.
Gag order,
probably.
yeah. You're
You're gonna have to have a
right.
gag order.
Mhm.
But I don't know, man. He's up the creek. And as of right now, there was something I saw earlier today.
Now,
That umbrella guy, he posted something about let me see if I can see it. There was something
Yeah.
he was doing like an arraignment while he was like locked up, and I was like, oof. That sucks.
plus one reason why he's probably out is because he has another trial.
Mhm. Possibly.
But
Here's the it has been arrested. Here's the arrest report. Drugs 5th degree possession.
Right.
okay,
Schedule
so
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
the
they all
guns
have the
and
same
time.
identical charges, I believe. Do
True.
you know who the three people are? Do you know that?
All
whole
right,
setup?
so that's Nick. That's his wife.
Right.
And then I don't know who that is.
That is allegedly his hot wife, if you know what that term means. That is
no, stop
you didn't-
it. No,
you didn't
he
know-
doesn't.
You didn't know about that whole deal?
No.
She's been living in the Rekieta home for a while now. They were swinging with another couple, allegedly, and the husband left, and the husband left, and she stayed.
Dang, bro.
One speculation is that the wife and her got into it, and that's what caused. But I think it was just a Child Protective Services had a concern call, I think, is what caused it, is the speculation now. So I don't know. But I mean, there's
so a helpful Karen put them in prison.
possibly, yeah,
Yeah.
possibly.
He was caught because he was on Hunter's laptop. Golly.
Yeah. But I mean, his wife looks rough. His wife's the one on the top.
Yeah, dude, she looks.
I mean, I thought Nick had been looking bad lately. Nick actually looks better in his photo there than he has on the last several streams I've seen him on. But
even Quarter Black, even QBG commented and said, "For real, troubled by this."
Yeah.
Like, dude, this is crazy. Please say a real prayer for him and his family.
yeah, I feel bad for the kids. He's got 5 kids.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, they're all
they're
they're
homeschooled. Like,
well, I think they're micro schooled. If you know what that is.
That's what I mean.
Like
That's what I mean. Like a co-op.
Right. It's similar to.
This is crazy. Tubbs,
that's what I've been talking to Seth a couple of times a few months ago about getting into that.
Yeah.
I've thought about micro schooling myself. I'm looking into that in my area.
Obsidian, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I want to follow him. He's cool. He's good people.
But I mean, his wife at the top there. I mean, she looks.
That's really, terrible, dude.
Really
like,
bad.
Man. Somebody, all right, here's one of the comments. Schedule 1 is the most disturbing to me. That category includes heroin. With a Schedule 2 including fentanyl and coke, that's terrifying the cocktail he could possibly be on.
Well, the
Schedule
thing
3
about
could be weed. Not really concerned about that. Schedule 4 could be
the thing about coke is it's not pure coke like it was in the 70s. But I mean, it's like there's other crap in there. There's meth in it now. There's fentanyl in it now. I mean, God knows what's in it now. So
that's sad, dude.
That's the reason why coke
straight
is
up
so
sad.
cheap, because it's only 10% product.
Right. So I mean, not like I was doing it in the 70s. I'm just saying.
Oh, you could afford it in the 70s?
No, I was busy playing with my Star Wars figures in the 70s. I wouldn't be doing that. That was my excitement.
Oh, that's why you were broke. Star Wars figures.
Yeah. Well, they were cheap back then.
Dude, so apparently Rekieta has been trending for 3 days since the now infamous stream. I wonder what stream.
Do you watch Kino Casino or Mad at the Internet? Either one of those two. They broke it down pretty heavily where he was really, really messed up and just like to the point where he would read the same super chat like 4 times in a row and had a different reaction to it each time. I mean, he was messed up. He was really bad shape.
Oh my gosh, that's awful, dude.
So yeah, that was like the day after that he's arrested. So I mean it's just a really bad downward trajectory he's had over the last 6 months.
Yeah. That sucks too, because that dude was cool.
I know. Well, that'll do. You know, people think they can handle it.
And I mean, hey, look, this dude
handles
could have a full comeback, man. He could have a full comeback.
Well, I hope this is his come to Jesus moment.
Yeah,
I really do. I hope he realizes that.
Yeah,
the comeback's greater than the setback, man. Mm-hmm. He can make it happen. You just got to be careful with it. Oh, here it is. Here's this is like his arraignment. Like he's locked up, bro. He lost a lot of weight.
Oh yeah, you could see it if you see, and even there he looks. I mean, you ought to just look at his last couple streams. If you look at Alyssa clips or any of the thing that covers his last streams over the last couple of years.
What do you mean by Alyssa clips?
Alyssa clips is a channel that like clips his socials and the stuff he streams on. A lot of the stuff he streams on, you have to subscribe to even see them. But Alyssa clips somehow gets copies of them and does them.
Is Alyssa clips? Is that like YouTube?
It's a YouTube channel. Yeah.
Let's check it out. Alyssa clips.
Alyssa clips. ELIS.
Oh,
yeah, there's a bunch of one on there. I mean, I was following on them, and then sometimes they clip Kino Casino, and they talk about them.
Dang, she gonna blow up because like all this stuff going on right now. Flash, how it went down. Breaking Baldo, how it went down. This is May 24th.
Oh, do you know about the Baldo?
No.
You don't know about the Baldo lore?
No, I'm sorry, I don't.
Oh my God. Do you know anything about that? David?
No.
Oh, let me try to explain the Baldo to you. Are we past the first 15 minutes of the stream?
Coke explain. We're 20 minutes
Yes.
in. We have
Okay.
98. Hold up.
Holy
We
moly.
have 98 watching right now on X. What
Oh
is
my
up,
God.
X? Thank you for being here.
Okay.
The Baldo is a real thing that is a device, and you can look it up. It's BALLDO, that you insert your testicles into, that, and then you use those to penetrate your good lady with your testicles.
Oh.
It's a marital aid device. I'm not making this up. You'd think I would be, yeah,
Yo, we're at
exactly.
100. What up?
The look on
What
your
up?
face is the look
that
on
is
everyone's
just
face the
insane.
first time they hear that, because it's just like, this can't be real. But no, it's
No,
real.
I've heard a lot of stuff, man.
And yeah,
there's a thing.
That
There's a
is
thing
why
about the
that would be pleasurable to anyone
who
is
Yeah.
knows?
beyond me.
All right, hey,
It-
I found this on that Alyssa Clips. This is called Coke-splaining. It's on DSP.
So
yeah.
it's on DSP. DSP is invincible and invulnerable. I love him and I want to hold him. Like Achilles' mom held him by the river and dipped him in the river Styx. I want to do that with DSP, but I want to use my penis in his butthole so there's no ambiguity. He'd be impervious forever. Imagine being Achilles' mom. You're like, well, you have a choice. What is the choice? You can either hold him by the ankle. dip him in
I'm
his
muted. Sorry.
river
So that
Styx.
should have come with a spectate.
What's the other choice?
Take
The
warning.
welfare choice is
What's up, late? How are you, man? You were late. What's
I
going
know.
on? We got
Just-
102 people watching. This is
I
huge.
know.
This is the
This-
best. This is the best live
this-
stream we've had. In a hot
this-
minute.
This kind of rambling is unfortunately a lot of what you get from Nick lately. We're
Dude,
just
this is fantastic.
stream of consciousness rambling, and it always involves buttholes somehow. So I don't know.
And see, when I get drunk, I
I
get
need to clip that.
philosophical.
I need to clip that. He said, "Spread them cheeks." I'll put it on my soundboard. Anytime somebody says something, I'll be like, "Spread them cheeks."
Well, that one and the one from The Walking Dead, that would be really good.
Mhm.
Which one?
Makes my balls tingle.
Oh, super chat.
This is the kind of thing that just tickles my balls. Tickles my balls.
My balls, yeah.
That's the one.
So does the Baldo.
Father of your supporters, and that guy will win. Just do that. Like, no.
This is May 20th. So he got arrested on the 20. What, first? 22nd?
Fuck.
22nd.
Right now, DSP.
I believe.
You gotta be kidding me, man. Good.
Check
Guys,
the
you
Twitter.
don't understand. I literally like DSP.
A few moments later,
Oh my God.
by sheer coincidence.
Okay, the law. I want to share this on stream. Make Cantini is praised.
Does
No,
he
it
always
was
sound-
yesterday because it was yesterday
Why would you do
morning.
this? Why now?
God, he looks rough, dog.
Yeah, that'll do it to you. He's lost a lot of weight.
He has, man. Last time I saw him was, I don't know. I kind of stopped. I fell off after, the Johnny Depp stuff.
hmm
But I watched him like every day.
Yeah, that's
Why
the
is
problem, though. They think, oh, man.
Did he
need
just
to-
say-
yeah.
Wait, what did he just say? He said, "Why is my camera?"
Trying to shut the show down. Trying to
Yeah,
shut
this
the
is.
show
I've mainly
Oh.
been following just because of his decline lately. I mean, it's really sad,
Why is my camera so on?
and people are trying to warn him. Trying to
Play the credits. No. What we'll do is we'll sit here. Guys, here's credits. Oh my God, Nick's drunk. Yes. Cool. I'll do it at your kids' family thing or whatever. Why would you hire me as a babysitter? Don't. You should hire me though. As an asshole. An asshole. I am.
Hmm.
Dang, dude, that's not funny.
Yeah, it's really sad if you watch too many of those. So
That
Yeah.
sucks, dude.
It's almost like you can tell he's going through something really mentally draining.
Yeah. That's awful. Mm.
Usually, the mental drain, however, is probably his survival instinct trying to get him off the drugs, and he's saying, "No, bro, I'm doing I'm doing 18 hours a day. I got to do 20." You know.
Yeah.
Like a
So
truck
I
driver
found
when he's
another stream of well, it's another. I'm gonna have to follow. I'm gonna have to subscribe to this chick. She's got a 30-minute excerpt from the Andrew Bronca. That dude, that was one of the main dudes that streamed with Nick during the Rittenhouse stuff.
Right.
And I just, man, I want to hear what he has to say because like it can't be good. They're getting ready to do the Rekieta arraignments. This was aired today earlier. LawTube explains May 24th. That's sad, dog.
Potentially
From
Criminal did a
reading
live
headlines?
stream about him too. He's a really good law tuber.
Yeah.
Who was
But
it?
from
Potentially Criminal.
potential
He's a really good law. He's streamed with Nick in the past, and
see, a lot of the legal channels I follow usually do, older cases, unsolved cases. Because a lot of this stuff really isn't relevant to me. I'm sorry, but I heard about Nick over the years and his decline. Basically, it happens to a lot of YouTubers when they're doing lots of long streams. Like they're doing coke to stay. Somebody will come along. One of their guests will come along and say, "Hey, want to do a 4-hour stream? I got some munching powder."
Yeah.
Except
And
Mahler.
people will start. Well, we don't know about that, but I'm just saying that people start
Except
watching
for
those
Mahler.
channels to watch them go downhill. Basically,
a lot of people can trace Nick going downhill back to the Hedonism 2 thing in Jamaica, which was like a swingers gathering, and then people criticizing him for that because he's supposedly a Christian,
supposed to be right wing,
yes, but right wing, trad, all that stuff, and then he's going to the swinger thing with his wife, and that's where the hot wife stuff supposedly came in, and the Baldo and everything else.
Like I said, that's what got him all the views was basically the trash. And when you're in that cycle of trash, there's only the spiral down.
I think the Johnny Depp trial got him the most views. I mean, he had like 100,000 people watching him at one point during that.
Yeah, dude, he was internet gold for
he was making
for
more in super chats than like $5,000 a night a stream. From what I heard.
I'm not criticizing him for that. I'm just saying he entered that spiral of trash, though.
Right.
Johnny Depp trial basically was just fueling his addiction, though. Because to cover the trial, he was probably staying up longer and longer hours, coming up with new things. Because some days that trial went over itself multiple times.
Right.
So he would be desperate, trying to go through hours of footage to find clips to basically milk for money.
I mean, if you watch that Netflix documentary, Nick is in that. You can hear him in it. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people are Anna, that Star Wars girl. You can hear her in that. They don't credit her.
They don't credit a lot of people though. They did a mass clipping of people.
Yeah,
I think at the beginning or something, didn't they? Where they had all the commentators throwing their 2 cents in.
Hey, Troy.
Yeah. What's up, Troy? How you doing, man?
Troy.
The party's apparently over on X. There's 116 people. There's 3 people watching on YouTube now. Hey, we're moving on up. All right.
I don't know if Troy knows who Nick Rekieta is, but he's a law tuber, and he just got arrested, and he's had a big decline lately with probably involving drugs and alcohol and other shenanigans. And
you got to remember, your mind doesn't know what your body can and can't do. And people, when they're at their peak, think they're always going to be at peak for a long time, but you're actually only at your peak for a short time. Most big YouTubers, I don't know how true this is or not, but I was reading the other day. Most big YouTubers only have a career path of 3.5 years.
Mm-hmm.
They either get pushed out by somebody above who absorbs them, or they become part of a collective, or they lose their individual touch and they're out because the topic they're covering is dead.
Uh-oh.
I don't hear any echo.
I hear it. See if it's me.
Hey, so Nick Rekieta put out.
I don't hear it now. Well, now I know.
It's you.
Anywho,
It wasn't me because I'm muted.
Yeah,
I still
Nick,
heard it.
Marie, about the news. So hey, obviously a lot has happened. So I'm sorry. For legal purposes, it must be reiterated that the sorry is for the disruption and is in no way related to any pending legal matters. That's it.
I know what that's referring to.
What?
Probably is a defamation lawsuit.
Yeah.
Oh.
Echo. Who's echoing?
Gotcha.
Is it me?
I don't hear any echo, so
I do.
Anyway, that said, please realize that no one has the full story or picture on anything. It's possible no one ever will. Nothing reported is accurate, and that's not their fault. I've seen so many supportive messages. Thank you for that. I'll still be doing stuff. I'm home now. Stay tuned for show announcement and stuff here on Locals. Nick. So that was a locals post. Nothing. See, hope your family getting back off the PC so he doesn't further implicate himself. Nothing about taking care of his kids. Just straight back to streaming. Well, you got to keep that money coming in.
He's not making that much money from streaming.
Huh?
He's not making that much money from streaming lately.
Oh. He will now that he's been trending for like 3 days.
Well, yeah, I mean, can you imagine how many people are going to be watching if he does a show on YouTube? It's crazy.
For real. Well, when it was reported showing him getting off on camera while he was live, that dude was inaccurate. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there was supposedly an incident where he was getting something under the table, probably allegedly from the hot wife. This was a few days ago.
Wait, where is it? Oh my gosh. That's crazy. If he has no prior convictions, a lawyer with some swag and the local prosecutors could probably plead it down to a single count. Maybe, I don't know. Who knows? He should have not addressed the veracity of the allegations one way or the other. That's just going to light up the discourse even more because the police report and stream are out there. That's true. He evidently does not see this event as hitting bottom.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jeez. I don't know. I hope that dude gets
The thing is he's also a trust fund kid. I don't know if you hold the whole story about that. His grandfather was worth like $20 million. He invented something, I don't know what, but his house is like under the trust fund that he lives in Minnesota. And he's like probably guaranteed, he's probably set for life just because of that. I don't know how many grandchildren there are, but unless there's like 1,000 of them, he's probably set for life.
Yo, I'm trying to take a picture of this number, man. 130. That needs to be. That's crazy.
That's nice.
Anderson Cooper. Wow, I'm a Vanderbilt. How much did I inherit? 35 million. Wow, in debt.
Wow.
Oops. Yeah. I don't think he's in debt.
No, he did. His mother left him $35 million in debt.
Well, that sucks.
But so all right. So what's his goals now? Like, I mean, is he obviously he's going to keep on streaming, he's going to keep on doing stuff, but like,
well, he's got to because
is he going to go to rehab?
Well, yeah, he'll be chasing that intervention program
The bar in his state will force him to go into some kind of rehab program, or he will lose his law license. I believe that is my understanding from another stream I was watching. So I'm not a law expert, but
it also depends on the state.
Yeah, it depends on the state.
If the state says he's irredeemable in no intervention program, he'll get 5 years suspension automatic for first offense. Otherwise, if they deem that he's redeemable, he'll go into an intervention program.
Yeah. And I hope he does, because he really needs to.
Well, it's not actually the judge, it's the panel. Right. The judge is just basically there to say, hey, you know, we're going to charge you, we're going to fine you this much. You know, it's going to be most likely first offense will boil down to pleading down to a fine. Normally, those are negotiated behind the scenes without the person present. That's why they always recommend you get legal counsel, because you're going to be emotional and not want to pay any money, and that will only land you in jail, particularly if you raise your voice at the judge.
Right.
You want somebody impartial to go in and negotiate the bottom price from the judge based on the judge's experience that he's got this much to give up and it'll hurt him enough to stop the drug use, allegedly. But, I mean, I don't know what Late knows about or anybody else knows, but in America, about 30% of people are recidivists. It's the highest in the world. So it's actually a fairly good chance that he'll actually come out all right if he gets into the program.
Well, I hope this is a come to Jesus moment for him, but I don't know.
Yeah, about 30%, I think it is, repeat offenders. Yeah.
That sucks, man. That really
if no judge sees him ever again, he's going to be all right. But if a judge sees him again, the second time around is going to be really hard in the north. Not so much in the south, you know, or California where it's 3 strikes, but there's no such standing in Minnesota as far as I can tell.
I mean, what? Yeah. I mean, that's
the thing is, been first offense in Chicago, New York, and California. He would have been out on $1,000 fine or $1,000 bond. Sorry, straight away. He would have been processed that day and out.
I don't know, with the guns and the drugs, though. I mean, that's
no. Yeah, it doesn't matter. That's federal court. He'll pay a fine for that separately.
Okay.
It's Minnesota ties them together. With federal law, the state still has to ratify it. And they ratify, each state ratifies the federal law differently. That's why you have districts of federal courts. Like those districts bound together by a common law, like Virginia common law.
Okay. Well, I'm not a legal expert, but I'm just.
That's why you have districts in New York, because each part of New York treats law differently, which is weird.
Is that why a lot of stuff comes out of Southern District?
Yeah, because it's the biggest. It's the biggest on the coast. Yeah, that's why so much comes out of it. It's the biggest. They got, because they have Enron and other cases, they've got billions of dollars they're sitting on. That's why they can fight the Trump case for millions of dollars, because they're sitting on huge money. And they're draining it fast, because that's what greedy lawyers do. They come in and try and find ways to drain cases, to drain money in the legal pot.
Well,
how's your streaming? You're streaming fast.
Everything does seem to be working really well. I put that RAM in, and everything's great.
Is this the first time you're streaming on X?
No. We've been streaming before, but most of the streams were capped off around 20 and 30 people. We put up Nick Rekieta got arrested. Oh
wow.
The 3 topics tonight were the Rekieta arrest, the Doge pup passed away.
Yeah, what the heck is that? I saw a bunch of memes about that.
It was the dog from the meme, the little puffy dog.
Right.
Passed away. I think it was like 18 years old or something.
Okay.
And then Elon Musk predicting AI is gonna take over.
All
Okay.
our jobs.
Yeah, jobs and whatnot, labor force and all
Okay.
that stuff. So,
Oh,
Yeah.
but so far, I mean, like the Nick Rekieta stuff kind of took off, and we were just blowing up over that. And I figured we would keep the chat, keep the discussion more towards that part, while we still had a lot of people here. If anybody wants to,
Doge was a meme, and then they came
Right.
out with these Seed Squad meme coins to try and sell NFTs, and Doge took off with Elon Musk.
Mhm.
I think there was Doge had a bunch of pups, and I think one of the pups became a meme into itself, and that is why people are so upset. Is that a pup? Not just a pup died, a famous pup died.
Yeah, that was the pup. I mean, that was the coin. Yada yada yada. That was cool. I mean, I hate the dog died. Like, it sucks. Dogs. I like
But
dogs.
the dog was old. The original Doge dog.
It's like 18 years old.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
But
I get
they
it.
really took good care of it. It's just a misunderstanding that a lot of people don't understand that a lot of pups die.
Right.
It's still a mystery.
Most of them don't live to be 18.
Yeah,
Hey.
most dogs don't live to 18 either. Exactly.
Superfan M. Shawhan said, posted this as GTA Minnesota. Looks just like Nick Rekieta.
Speaking of GTA, not good news coming about that.
Oh. We'll save that for tomorrow when Coffee and Gaming.
We'll put it to gaming, yeah.
Oh man, this is the Balado.
Yes.
Now
How
that
does that
you've
work?
described it, now I understand why it's called Baldo. Yeah. Baldildo. Yeah. I get you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
It's like the Japanese tongue. Have you ever heard of that?
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, it's nothing I'd ever want to try.
No.
I don't see how that could be pleasurable unless you're really enjoy pain or something.
CBT.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. CBT, yeah.
And wait, Seth, they also have the Vibraldo now that vibrates, as if that isn't bad enough.
Yeah.
You could jam
I'm reading like the description
jam
on
your
how to
junk
put that
into
on,
something that
and Nick Rekieta's into this?
Yes, apparently so.
Apparently so.
Unironically, yes.
I tried to watch the first little bit of FNT to see if they would discuss anything. Oh my god, we hit 150. That's awesome.
I'm sure they'll discuss it on the tomorrow night on the Flashcast if you ever watch that.
I'll need to tune in. That's incredible right there.
I mean, everyone was talking about it last night. I found out about it in the chat in World Class Bullshitters.
I now see
Miss Ninja Julia told me about it in the chat.
That's insane, man. I'm surprised they didn't like. Well, I don't know if do they like Nick Rekieta on that show?
On World Class? I don't think they know about Nick Rekieta on World Class.
Okay.
Jeff was probably confused as to what the hell we were talking about, actually.
There's Channel Dad. He must have came back.
Yeah.
Would you connect to your neighbor's router?
Who, me?
Yeah.
No, my tab kept bombing out. You also need to reject my permissions so that I can have my things back.
No, I'm not going to do that for next week's.
Oh, okay.
So, because I'm going to be at the beach. Well, no, not next week. The week after the next. What? Just add yours to the. Like, do you use StreamYard?
Not really. Not very often.
Oh. Well, then add yours to the list.
Not as like I used to. I've been trying to get streaming working on like when I did WoW. I tried WoW and GTA 5 the other day, but it goes out, but there's no audio, so I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Yeah, some of those
recorders posted 13 hours ago. Looks like someone reported Nick back on the 16th.
Full screen one way.
Oh, reported him.
Yeah, He look at, and he's
Yeah.
actually facing. This was 13 hours ago.
Oh,
This was
okay.
before we knew of anything today.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, 13 hours ago would have been what? Early this morning, probably.
Mhm.
Maybe late last night.
It's
Early
just
this morning.
12 hours plus 1. So 8:45.
Gotcha. That's it. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm
It's
looking
all
at
right.
the 16th
It's
and thinking
another-
16 hours ago.
It's another benefit of growing up Mario Brat and learning 24-hour clock.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm not gonna make the old joke. What was reported over a concern for the children could be real. Looks like an actual family member. Actually, could be a form of swatting, calling it a wellness check. Worse than expected.
Yes.
Okay, so we do know now that it wasn't a family member that called. It was a
Right.
counselor that they were seeing.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
Counselors are required by law. If you're drunk, if you're high, if you're agitated, they have to file a report.
Well, it's only if you're endangering someone else's life.
Depends on the state, but yeah, if you're a parent, that's automatic. If a parent,
Oh,
is-
sure.
yeah, that's
Especially,
automatic. If it's a
you said
parent.
they had 5 kids.
Yeah, they do. 5
Yeah.
kids.
That's an automatic report.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if it doesn't matter if he just raised his voice. It's an automatic report, and they stack up,
Yeah.
and then they say, "Right, you're the target for today."
That's crazy.
That's how
Or
the system
160.
justifies itself. That's the corruption of the system. They create paperwork to create more jobs for university graduates so they can go around taking your kids off you. And so more and more people become controlled by the state.
And
Yeah.
put them into a pedophile-run foster care system.
Exactly. That's the worst.
That's
That's probably the worst part about contacting CPS is you don't know where the kids are going to go.
They're
And I mean, I get
probably
some
with
people-
family members, from what I heard. I think he's got enough.
Hopefully.
His wife or him have enough brothers or sisters they can in the area they can take over.
But the problem is the system's run by corrupt people. You know, they'll put you in jail for the very same thing they do themselves behind closed doors. But rule number 1 of Democrats is don't get caught. No, sorry. Rule number 1 is accuse everybody else of doing what they're doing. And rule number 2 is don't get caught.
I think rule number 1 is don't cross Hillary.
No, that's rule 0. That is the absolute.
That's the prime directive.
The prime directive.
Right.
So Doge dog, what did you have on Hillary?
What did the Doge dog?
There you go.
Jeez.
Let's get that meme started.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, Morgan Spurlock died. Super
I heard about that.
filmmaker. That sucks.
So you want to know what's happening with AI, or is it just nobody cares?
Yeah, in layman's terms, what is going on with AI? Because I've heard more
layman's terms
about
all
Elon.
the big companies are now doing their own predictions of where their AI is going to be. And Elon Musk came out and said, well, you have BlackRock saying they're going to take 40% of the labor force with their robots. You have Microsoft AI, which is going to write all your books, screenplays, etc. Disney's spinning their heads, wondering which AI they're going with. And of course, you have Elon Musk, who's come out with something called Grok. It's on X.
Is it as racist as Google's?
No, I think the intention was to make it not as racist as Google. That's why he invented it.
Yeah, well, he's saying basically you got no choice, right? They're going to take your jobs. It's just which AI you're going to go with, basically. You're going to make a living off. Basically, the only living you're going to make is which AI you side with. That all your jobs are going by 2050. And don't forget, when Larry Fink comes out and says your jobs are going, that is not a suggestion. That's a prime directive.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Let's backtrack to this Morgan Spurlock thing because I just want to say one thing. It turns out he lied about a lot of stuff, and the
That's
whole
what I
time he
heard.
was
I heard
doing that McDonald's diet, he told the doctor he wasn't drinking. He's been an alcoholic his entire life.
Woo!
Yeah,
So a lot of
he's
a lot of the reason he gained weight, a lot of the reason he had liver damage, all this other stuff is because he's an alcoholic and he's drinking constantly. So he's admitted that.
according to the died suddenly to X account, it says it wasn't the McDonald's that killed him, it was turbo cancer.
Well, that's what killed him. But I mean,
the thing is, you don't get turbo cancer unless the garbage is in your system already.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sucks, dude. Like, but I mean, one thing it did teach you though, like, I will. Well, I don't know how much of Super Size Me can you contribute to being a poor diet of eating crappy McDonald's, because
okay, the crap doesn't do it on its own. That's how they get away with it.
Yeah. Well, that has a lot of sugar in it. You have a lot of high fructose corn syrup in that stuff that he's eating, right? The ketchup.
He was drinking the Cokes, which the Coke is like,
it's in the bread.
The fries. The bread.
And that was what Super Size Me was 20 years ago.
Yeah, something like
2004. Yeah, 20 years ago.
So there's a good chance too that there wasn't as much glyphosate in the wheat as there is nowadays. They spray Roundup on the wheat to dry it out before they harvest it, and it stays.
Roundup with carcinogen.
Yeah, well, and it binds to the wheat even through the whole process. So you eat it when you.
Which is why, in order to force Ukraine's wheat onto Europe, they had to have a war, because Ukraine was sitting on 35% of the world's wheat crop at the time, and nobody would buy it because of all the glyphosates.
Well, the glyphosate,
BlackRock was losing billions.
In the U.S., it's full of glyphosates. I think that's what most people who think they have celiac, they actually have glyphosate
poisoning.
But so this guy, So,
according to Dr. Sharimi, you could use red light therapy to fight obesity and hair loss and other toxin induced, where you got your liver and spleen and your kidneys and that, and they get clogged by saccharin because it crystallizes, right? And apparently red light, the frequency of red light breaks all this stuff down. I don't know if it's true or not, but they're serious professionals are looking at red light therapy as a way of combating this damage. Yeah.
Well, and I haven't watched anything from Dr. Lustig in several years, but when he had, years of research and patience, and there's a lot of it is due to, it's the sugars, it's the fructose in particular, but it's also,
but it's not just sugar, it's replacements as well.
Right. Well, it's the exposure that over time your brain doesn't see your, what is it called now? But the pancreas releases a leptin, and your brain doesn't see it, and so you keep eating. So it's not the calories; it's what the calories contain. And this is why you'll see. I see it all the time, even on Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah.
I was eating 2,200 calories a day of whatever, and they were 100 pounds overweight, and they're eating 2,200 calories a day of meat and and some vegetables and maybe an apple, and they dropped 100 pounds. Because the fats is what tells the brain to stop eating. And the protein is, and it's also that fast food and all that. Basically, I don't know how it is in Australia, David, but in the US, they say don't, just shop on the perimeter of the grocery store, because that's where all the fresh stuff is. And everything in the middle is empty calories. So it's just calories that doesn't have good nutrition density.
Yeah, I saw the UN report. In the US, 35% of your food is not even classified as food.
Oh, there's stuff in our food banned in Mexico, banned in Europe.
It's not. There's stuff in your food that's not considered food. Yeah. That's illegally there. It's illegal even in the United States. But the federal prosecutors are like, oh, there's Trump. Let's go get him.
Well.
They could do billions of dollars of lawsuits. Let's get Trump.
Well, the FDA is controlled by the big pharma,
Yeah, big pharma. Yeah.
Well, And the other side of it, we've talked about this before, but and Bayer and Pfizer and all these guys,
Yeah.
they'll make $10 billion on some drug, and then several years later, it'll come out that it was bad and they knew it, and they'll get fined $10 million. Right?
We'll fine them $1 billion.
It won't even fine them 1% of the profits they made.
Yeah.
So
No,
just say,
actually,
did Coffin
I
Nails
believe
freeze
it's
or is it
actually
my
law.
screen? No, he just blinked. Sorry.
Yeah. In Europe, I believe it's
What's
actually
that?
law. They can't find them more than a certain percentage of their profit.
Move around
Yeah.
more, dude. I thought you
Yeah,
froze.
Such a phrase.
Oh,
yeah.
there he just. Yeah, my Firefox is freaking out, so the tabs keep crashing, even stuff I'm not looking at. So anyway, but
My tabs in the background just keep falling asleep.
But yeah, if he was drinking a lot too, I mean, this is okay. Essentially, I'm not a doctor and I don't play one on TV or on Netflix, but it's the processing of the alcohol by the brain, turning it back into sugar, sending it back to the liver. That's the problem. And so there are people with non-alcoholic fatty liver disorder caused by high fructose corn syrup for the most part, and alcohol causing fatty liver disorder. That means your body cannot process many other things, and
you turn into a diabetic.
And that'll contribute to diabetes as well as obesity. So it's
And
I can't remember what your exact question was, Seth, but I think it was something like, is it just that it's
just that about McDonald's?
The thing is, it's like if
we broke 200.
All right,
204.
Whoa.
I just put a link in the private chat of something that might be, if you want to delve more into the Rekieta thing, you might want to look at it. It's over 2 hours, but it's well worth.
Yeah. I'll definitely check that out. Dang, 200.
Well, you guys, I'm going to go make sure there's not a bear trying to get in the chicken coop. I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right.
Because my dogs are barking.
I could hear them. Yeah, there's something out there.
Yeah, the shotgun's right there. So
could be a chupacabra.
Get that chupacabra.
I think what Blake was talking about was causation and liability, right?
Yeah.
If McDonald's contributed enough to your poor health, they would be sued by Aaron Brockovich and all the other I want to get rich but through activism lawsuits, because they're not controlled by the government, right? They can steer Aaron and other people in certain directions, but ultimately at the end of the day, those people they make a living suing corporations. And McDonald's has been through court so many times. They've got so many rulings where you have to not just prove the link of each individual ingredient to certain diseases. You have to prove motive. You have to prove causation, right? And because of alcoholism in Supersize Me, they got it out.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I mean, dang, dude, that sucks so bad.
Because they have never found a case where McDonald's is solely liable. And so you can't prove causation.
Well, I mean, what do you do, though? Because, like, McDonald's was under fire so much when that movie came out. And I know that it ruined so many people's lives.
It ruined executives. It ruined chefs. It ruined a lot of people. But the McDonald's Corporation said and pushed their employees under a bus and then surrounded themselves with an army of lawyers and came up with this new McDonald's that we see today.
Yeah.
As a result of all these lawsuits, where they can skate on thin ice and it's up to you to control your diet. After all, aren't you right wing? It's all about personal autonomy.
Yeah, well,
yeah. We'll try to feed a family of four for.
Try go.
At KFC, it's a lot more expensive at KFC than it is at McDonald's.
Under $50. Try to feed a family of four, because I'm going through that right now, and this stupid inflation is so bad
crazy.
right now.
It's crazy.
I'm not just talking about the cost. I am talking about try and drag a 6-year-old through a shopping center to the healthy options where they're down the furthest end and you have to go past McDonald's, KFC, etc.
Mhm.
You know where that kid's going.
Hmm.
That there's something in the, and this has been scientifically proven, there's something in the food that attracts kids.
Oh, it's got to be. I mean, it does sound like a conspiracy theory, but dude, it's got to be something.
No, they're just talking about the smell. All right. So, and
It's
a
called sugar and salt. That's what's attractive.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude.
I
There's
mean-
30 some ingredients in a French
No.
fry.
Well, yeah, that's
Yeah.
you try to keep it
Now, we have
consistent or try to keep
canola
it from
because of
spoiling.
NAFTA.
Probably.
Do you know what NAFTA is? It's the subsidized Canada.
Hmm.
Because originally the whole point of Canada was we subsidized Canada so that Canada would give us cheap oil, right?
Right.
Joe's fucked that. That's why you have inflation.
Well,
True.
Canada benefits from us. I mean, they don't have to have a military because of us.
They don't have to have healthcare because of you. Half
Mhm.
their country comes to
Mhm.
America
Right.
and doesn't pay their bills.
Yeah. That is true. That's very true.
But
Man,
the
I don't even
government's
know what to
looking-
do. There's 270 some people watching me right now. I don't even
Yeah.
know. I don't know what to do with my hands. I've never had a live stream this large. We will be back tomorrow. I mean, we're not going anywhere right now for a hot minute because you guys are
Mhm.
still wide open in the stratosphere of watching the internet. We're at 280, just like that.
That's insane.
So we will be live if you guys, whatever, please stay, hang out with us. Comment. Get the comment section going. Ask us questions, whatever. That is a phone number that you guys can reach out to us. 1-703-382-6928. You guys can call. We do reserve the right to bounce you if you say something stupid. So please don't say anything stupid because I don't want. We are on YouTube right now. We're multi-streaming to YouTube, obviously X, because that's where the majority of people are, and Rumble. I've got 5 people over on Rumble.
Yeah.
We're at 300. Hot dog, man. This is crazy. But we do a live stream every Friday night, 9 p.m. We do a live stream every Saturday morning at 7 a.m. So if you like this content, if you want to hear more, come hang out with us there. Make sure you're hanging out with us. So yeah, it's insane. Yeah. I'm texting Justin. Justin's like, I'm about to tune in. I said, yo, it's 307 people, dog. I don't know what to
I
do.
said out the video and it just went up by 30. So,
Holy
wow.
hot dogs.
Shit,
Oh wow, it
Just
is
went up.
290. I'm looking at
306.
it right
Dude,
now.
it's amazing.
Hey,
X, dude. X is the
308
place to be,
according to me.
apparently.
yeah.
312 people are watching
That's
over on
crazy.
X. So, but anyway, I mean, and I know the majority of people want to hear about Nick Rekieta. We have talked. I mean, if you guys have questions, please ask questions because I don't mind talking about it more. I really enjoyed Nick Rekieta's content.
Mhm.
I'm one of those types of people that I'm hoping that his comeback will be better than, or his, what is the saying? The comeback's always better than the setback.
Yeah.
So hopefully
Hope
he will
so.
be, yeah. Hopefully he'll be able to make it back and be in a good place.
I mean, I remember. I mean, I got a kick out of him because I could always get his goat in the chat. I mean, this is before he blew up with the Johnny Depp stuff, where I'd make a comment like, yeah, like he would say, you get hire a lawyer, and say, sure, a lawyer would say hire more money. And one time he yelled at me in front of 5,000 people on a stream.
That's
was funny.
hilarious.
It's like for some reason I always got under Nick's skin, but I always liked Nick.
He's a good dude.
See,
So.
my experience with Nick is that just that shallow period of Kyle and what's his name, Johnny Depp.
Mhm.
So I can't really say, hey, he's been railroaded or anything. I know a lot of people, but given his history, no, bro, he's been on this. He got on the marching powder at some point, and he just wouldn't listen. He had a hot. It was when you get a hot woman, you ain't gonna listen to anything but
No. What?
blinders on, man. Blinders
Yeah.
on.
Dude, it's crazy.
He he needs somebody to negotiate for him in court. That's the only out he's
Please.
got, is to get somebody to negotiate his.
If
Okay.
if
They
Nick
just-
Rekieta can hear me, please don't represent yourself.
Yeah,
No.
please get
You
please
can
settle
for
your
bail.
defamation suit because you got a lot
Yeah.
on your plate right now. Settle the
Yeah.
defamation suit. Pay the guy the $50,000 or whatever he's asking for. It's small
Oh,
potatoes to
50.
you. Whatever, you've already paid more than that to your attorney that you've hired.
Yeah.
So
And
just
it's going to
settle
be the same
that.
with this case. Yeah.
Right.
You want this one over quickly too.
Get
Settle
this one out of the way. Get back on track.
Yeah.
Get rid of the hot wife. Get rid of the blow. Get rid of the
Yeah, that doesn't do
get rid of
anything.
the
for
nose
your image.
tootski. Whatever you're doing.
Just don't hire Michael Cohen.
Here
No.
comes Justin. Big Papa Justin is in his zone.
I'm about
What's up,
to
man?
mess stuff
Hey,
up.
Justin.
Hey,
Hey,
He coming in hot. 351 people are watching us right now. What's going on?
that's crazy.
I mean, damn, I look good. Sorry, I just popped up on my camera. Jeez, look at the hair. Anyways, how y'all
You
doing?
have some on point hair.
Oh, good thanks. How you been?
Y'all are beautiful. What are y'all discussing, man? Y'all got people like riled up? It's like 300 people in here. What are we talking
all
about?
right. Nick Rekieta, LawTube personality, was arrested Wednesday morning. This dude, like, I really enjoy his content. I think he's a good-hearted dude. I don't know him personally, so to say somebody that you don't actually know is a good person, it's hard to do. I like his content, but he's gotten enough. There's been enough felony charges in the last 48 hours that he might not. Well, he's out now on bail, but he's looking at 26 years.
I'd
20
run.
years.
I'd run so fast and so far. What?
CollectorExpress, what's up, man?
What's his charges?
There's a lot. It's Schedule 1,
Drugs
2, 3, 4
and
drugs.
possession of guns, and basically guns in the presence of illegal drugs is the main issue.
So did he own the guns like legally?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So because he had illegal drugs and then there were
Yep.
guns.
They tie
Now-
those together in Minnesota, so that's a big no-no.
Do we know what kind of illegal drugs? Because we know some states where marijuana is not legal, it's treated as
No,
like
we're
a hard
talking
drug.
class one drugs, not class 5.
Well, this is the
1 through 5, I think.
Arrest. Let me see if I can find that thing again. What I found popped up saying it was a Schedule 1. It was most of the time it would be like a Schedule 1 drug or Schedule 2 or whatever. This said Schedule 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Right.
Hmm.
Every
So
time
he's
1 through
got-
4.
Because, like, I don't know if y'all remember FPS Russian. He was that gun tuber back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, he was
Yeah.
American, but he faked a Russian accent. He was wonderful. But, like, they found weed in his house, just weed. Now, he's a gun tuber, so he's got hundreds of guns that he's, acquired during his channel. But because he had weed, it turned into a felony. And, like, they took all of his guns. His channel got shut down. Then somebody ended up getting murdered. That didn't help. But, like, because they found weed in his house, and he just happened to have all these guns, all of a sudden he was like a hardened felon, and it just like ruined his life.
Yeah, they definitely like to tie things together like that.
Yeah, I forget what the term is, but the feds love to use it where they can upscale anything to a felony. That's what they're doing. Like I said, they're doing the neck.
They're trying to take your rights. That's what it is.
Yeah,
they've been trying to do that for a long time.
Yeah, they have. There's
they hate them rights.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the thing is, there's a few people on the left who are starting to wake up and say, geez, wait a minute. All you have to do is say something wrong once, and then you're suddenly far right, and they'll come for you too, Jimmy Ford didn't agree with the establishment on Ukraine, so he lost all his Hollywood privileges,
Well, in a way, not the same, but similar. Love him or hate him. Like Bill Maher had this great thing where he talked about like the Hollywood, pedophile ring or whatever.
Yes.
He was like, are we so divided that because someone on the right calls it out, we just, instead of investigating, we just go, oh, that's crazy. If they believe it, it can't be real. Like we're talking, I won't say what he said, but we're talking about doing that to
Idiot
children,
violence.
and we're not even
Yeah.
going to investigate it because the other side said it. Like, what's wrong with us?
Yeah.
know? Like, are we that divided that when someone screams an offense so severe, we don't even investigate it? We just automatically assume, it ain't even worth the time because they said
Yes, we are that divided. That's
Yes,
my
we
answer.
are.
That's
Yeah.
my short answer.
Yeah. I just had somebody comment that basically, yeah, but Trump, that's all they have to do now,
You say Trump, it's like hashtag triggered.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, what's her name?
TDS runs
Nicole
deep.
Wallace. Yeah, look, Nicole Wallace, did you see it on the news the other day? She's crying that she may lose her job as White House correspondent if Trump gets elected. Like,
Well, no shit.
who would in their right mind think that a multi-millionaire reporter getting paid millions of dollars a year to gaslight you would think that the average person on struggling to feed their family would care that she's going to lose her job?
Oh
When
my
she
goodness. How
when
will you
she-
survive off of millions you've banked over the years?
Right, exactly.
will
She
you
was
survive?
telling people to stay home over COVID.
Mhm.
She was still working. She was still
Yeah.
getting
Hey,
paid.
here is just a quick dip back. I finally found the
Let me
Oh,
pitch y'all
charges.
full screen
Yep.
so I can see that.
let's see.
I was just buying time. You do your
Yeah.
research.
Here's
that- Is that him
so
right there, Nicholas Robert?
he's
That's him in the middle.
yeah, Nicholas Robert Rekieta.
Between his
This
wife
is-
and hot wife.
Right. Yeah. Dude's got all right, this is his wife and this is his hot wife.
Indeed.
She's 29.
Mhm. Indeed.
But so all right, so I was reading through this and there were some of the comments came up and people were talking about the differences of the scheduling in certain areas. So I think they mentioned all right, yeah, schedule 1 is the most disturbing. That category includes heroin. With a schedule 2 including fentanyl and coke, that's terrifying, the cocktail he could potentially be on. Schedule 3 could be weed, so not really concerned about that. And schedule 4 could be antidepressants.
Mhm.
So I mean, if you've got somebody that you're trying to put to the wall, you give them all 4, and I mean, or at least 4.
Overcharge. Yeah.
A 4,
Overcharge, I would say, yeah.
everybody's home could be considered 4 because you've got Tylenol or whatever, or antidepressants
You
of
can get a
some
charge
sort.
for having Tylenol.
I don't know. I'm just
It
saying.
exists. Excessive
Man, we
quantity.
screwed, bro. I got it all.
Yeah.
I got ibuprofen.
I got a lot of
Tylenol,
that,
Advil.
But I'm saying, like, if you take it other than a manner directed, like that's the problem. If you do that, there's some way that you could catch a charge on that, probably.
It's
Dude,
called
life
cocktail,
hard. I'm
cocktail
putting that
drug.
Tylenol.
Yeah. If you
Anything can be problematic if you've got dozens of them and you're chopping it up.
Hey,
putting it into
man,
something.
if
Anything can be
Yeah.
problematic if the government wants to take you down.
right.
exactly,
that
that's the
too.
best answer. That's the best answer.
Oh yeah, I mean, my God, like we got to the point in Virginia to where if you have a unsecured gun and a child in the same house, that's a felony. Now that could be like, hey, I've got a gun in a drawer she can't reach. Don't matter. It's not secured. It's not locked. You're now a felon. So anything
I didn't
they
know
can
that.
do. Oh, dude,
No,
in
I didn't know
Virginia,
to that extent. I mean,
in Virginia, if they bust into your house right now and you have a firearm and that firearm is loaded and there is a child or children in that house and that firearm is not locked away, you are a felon if they find that. Like, that's why I got one of those biometric safes. I got a loaded gun beside the bed, but I have to fingerprint real quick, which it does. It pops open fast as hell, so I'm not worried about that. But if you don't have that, you're a felon.
have you seen the stop box?
So I started to get a stop box. The reason I didn't do a stop box is I can open my fingerprint safe way faster.
So
than
you
any
can
stop box.
you can have a safe where you can just open it by putting your thumb on there or your fingerprint. That sounds cool as hell. I got to get one of those.
Yeah, I need
Oh man, if it wasn't upstairs, I'd show you. Like, and it's fast too. Like, I roll over, it lets you put all 5 of your fingers on it, so I can roll over and put any of my fingers. If I just touch it, I mean, it's fast. It senses it. We even tested it with my daughter. We let her put her fingers on it. It will not open. It's only for my fingerprints when me and my wife. And it also has like a code if if like my wife, if I didn't put her fingerprints in. But no, it's super fast, super efficient. But As soon as they passed that, I said, "Well, hell, I've got way too many guns in here." So let
Yes,
me
you
get a
do.
biometric safe.
No, you don't. Nah, he lost him in a boating accident.
Dude, I was out fishing and I took all my guns with me, and the
Yeah.
boat sank. It was tragic.
That is a
It's awful.
tragedy.
But yeah,
They
no.
went shopping with
biometric
Hunter
safe.
Biden's laptop. They didn't come back.
But it's Seth. If you ever think about a stomp box, I'm telling you, for the same price, you can get a biometric. I bought my dad one for Christmas. Like, they're fantastic. Get one. Don't do the stomp boxes. You got to like put a code like between the things. They don't do that. Just do the fingerprint. I roll over and do this.
Yeah.
It pops open.
Huh?
And
Send me a
boom.
link to that if you
Freedom.
can, please. Sometime.
Boom! Freedom seeds.
Take my freedom seeds. I take them. Dang, CollectorExpress says you cannot hold a firearm in a live stream anymore. The AI bots will kill your stream and strike your channel.
I was
We're
just
over
It's
500
been like that
people.
for a while.
Gun.
YouTube hates you holding up a gun.
Dang, we're at 504.
Do you know you'll get
Yeah.
demonetized now if you are shown disassembling a gun on YouTube? So you can't even show people who maybe buy a pistol and are like, "Hey, I don't know how to take this thing apart." You can't even make a video of that. If you do, like, you're demonetized. Good
That's
chance you'll get flagged.
insane, dude.
Like, that just blows my mind. Like, people are teaching people safe gun practice, and you're banning that.
Can't do that.
No, because they want
Funsies,
you.
the fun police is out for no.
Oh yeah.
No, well, all the big security companies and contractors don't want you to protect yourself. They want you to hire
That was
them to
me.
pay protection.
Yeah, it was me.
I
400
figured that
people
later.
watching on X, Seth.
I did not realize Brian
500.
your sexy ass was on this
Holy
live
crap.
stream. There you are, you sexy
No,
son.
if I do that, we'll get demonetized. We'll get banned for sure.
What? Because you're too sexy?
I'll keep my pants on.
All right, please don't, man. Seth don't need the money. Seth don't need the money. I'll send him whatever he'll make. Take them
Sorry,
all.
Seth's mom. That's something we haven't said in a long time.
Yeah.
I feel like every time I get on, I need to owe Seth's mom an apology. All I do is Patreon cast now, so I'm just used to saying whatever.
Oh yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, I haven't seen. Yeah, I know. I haven't followed. I've still followed the Patreon. I just haven't been able to listen to said Patreon.
Oh, the last few have been great, bro. We've got into religion, politics. We've talked.
With your Patreon cast, what do you do? Do you do Vimeo or do you do podcast?
You just subscribe on Patreon. It's only $1 a month. I mean, we would love it if you did 10 to 20 a month, but $1 a month, you get a free podcast.
At the moment, I'm pretty tapped. I'm trying to get my own Patreon off the ground.
I dropped in a link for Justin's LinkTree.
Yeah,
You
check
guys
us
can
out.
go check him out there.
I just posted me and JP's podcast. Like, we just finished recording it like 20 minutes ago, and it just posted.
Nice.
We talk about everything. I even think I
Yeah.
kind of choked JP up a little bit.
You think you
But-
did what to JP?
I think I choked him up a little bit.
Oh, what's
We get deep on the Patreon cast, man.
Yeah, y'all do.
It's good.
It is.
People on YouTube are used to me only talking about The Walking Dead, and here's a secret at this point: I'm sick of talking about The Walking Dead. I'm so
Well, with a channel called The Podcasting Dead.
but I feel like, it was such a pop culture icon. I feel like it's acceptable. Like the
I
channel
know, it
formerly known as blah 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 blah. Like, yeah, they don't even have to
yeah.
like Prince to appreciate that.
Right.
The cultural phenomenon once known as The Walking Dead.
Yeah, kill it already. Damn. But whatever.
It is. No, it went from being a show about The Walking Dead to being a show run by The Walking Dead.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Everything that made that show special just went away. Like, everything I loved about that. Like, I go back and rewatch the first few seasons and I'm like, this is gold. Like, this is great TV. It's intriguing. I love the characters. And then you just like, oh boy, now they're just like every other show.
I ducked out after Glenn should have been dead, and he somehow miraculously survived by going under a sewer grate.
I could have forgiven that if it wasn't for the Negan thing. Like, don't fake us out just to do it again. Like, don't no. Yeah, no, that was definitely, I feel like, a jump in the shark moment when they faked Glenn's death.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
only to kill him a few episodes later.
Yeah, but
That
the
site's
thing
still
is,
around.
Is what?
Jump the Shark. That used to be a website.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a
I
site.
know Hot or Not's not around anymore. I looked it up the other
No,
day.
actually, I think Hodonot's a list on IMDb.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that's like that's 20 years ago, man.
Anybody else out there having a drink tonight? Am I the
Yes.
only one? What are
Just
you
some
drinking?
water.
I got an IPA. I had some coffee liqueur with the other one.
Yeah.
I've got my Iron
I got some-
Maiden Trooper beer right here. If I can get
Okay.
the camera to recognize it.
Oh
So-
man, Friday night's my bourbon
There it
night. So I was.
There we go.
I recorded some bourbon reviews this week. I got to get them edited.
I
Hey,
gotta
so,
watch those, dude. I was drinking some. Well, actually, I say this as a bourbon snob. I think that Larceny I'll put that up against top shelf stuff. But anyways, I was drinking Larceny earlier, and now I've switched to Wild Turkey Rare Breed, and it is delicious.
I had
Justin,
four
who is
roses,
that? Who's
four
that
roses
in the
select.
picture over your shoulder?
That would be Julius. Have y'all
That's what
seen
I was
that?
wondering if it was.
That other
I can see
guy,
it.
that's JP too. It's actually Merle Haggard and Willie Nelson, and I cut Julius and JP's faces
That's amazing.
many
I
years
thought
ago.
it was Julius.
Oh yeah, it's definitely Julius. I just one day they came into the station and that was posted up, and they were like, "What the hell?" I was like, "I'm station manager. You're not allowed to touch it. Leave it up."
That's hilarious. That's
No
wonderful.
takebacksies.
So I'm not having a drink tonight. I'm drinking water. I've been on water. I have been dieting, Justin. The last time you saw me, I was 325 pounds. I'm now down 40 pounds.
Dude, good job. How long?
And how much time?
Since the beginning of the year.
Wow.
In January, like the 3rd or 4th, whatever, I got COVID. I was at the doctor getting tested, and I got up on the scale and was like, "Dang, 325." I was like, "Yo, I'm about to be 35 years old. I can't do that. I can't." So like me and my wife, we started pushing, and I'm down 40 pounds. So
I'm proud of you, man. That's
Thank you.
look it. I can see it. That might not show it, but since I guarantee if you come down, if you see me, you'd be like, damn, you beefed up, because in February I got back into the gym full time because I used to be, I've never been a big guy, but I used to be, you could look at me and be like, yeah, clearly he works out. And I started getting, last year, I've not been to the gym at all. And I started slimming up. So from February till now, I've been a minimum of 5 days in the gym, like weightlifting. And I have put on
that's what's up.
like 12 pounds, but I've like literally had people at work are like, are you lifting weights? So that's good. I'm glad we're all going through fitness training. My wife's going with me to the gym. She's been with me for the last 3 weeks. And she's working on losing weight and working out. So I'm glad we're all on a fitness journey together.
Yeah.
I lost 12 pounds this month.
I've got a gym at my work. Like, and the owner of my company has a personal trainer come in once a week, and he goes over stuff with with everybody. And if you schedule an appointment time with him, he'll meet with you and work on a diet, a fitness program, whatever. So in beginning of April, I set up a fitness program, and he got me a workout scheduled, and we've been doing that stuff. So
I'm proud of you. I'm glad you've been because I'm telling you, man, sticking with it is the hardest part. Like if you can just stay with it. I mean, everybody's different. So like, like my wife. So like the first week or two, she lost like 15 pounds, and then it just kind of stopped. She got a little discouraged. I was like, dude, everybody's bodies are different. Some people lose
you're gonna hit a plateau. You just got to stick with it.
And then they plateau. Like you got to stay with it. So I mean, if you've stuck with it this long, that's awesome, man. Just that's the hardest part. Is just doing it.
And I'm fasting. Yeah. I'm fasting from 7:30 p.m. is my cutoff time to 9:30 a.m.
What's your goal? Like, what's your goal weight? Where do you want to be?
I don't really have a goal. I just want to be healthy.
602. Sorry, I'm sorry.
602 people. What's up? Hey, 602.
This is crazy.
I got down to like 160 something. I used to at one point be like teeter-tottering between 185 and 190. So my goal is to get back up to like closer to 190, and I am sitting at like 178 right now. So I'm definitely getting there. I've put on like 17, 18 pounds in the last few months. So, but I mean, it's all muscle. It's just working out and all of that. So my goal is to get back up closer to 190, and I'm almost there. I got like 11 more pounds to go, but
Nice.
It's good. It's great. We all got these fitness goals and we're chasing them. I mean, because like I said, February to now, I've minimum of 5 days in the gym every week, not missed a week. And it's like, I'm glad to hear you're doing the same thing on your end.
Yep. I will be, I'm 35 now, and in 5 years I'll be 40. And I was like, do I really want to go into my 40s, like super, super big?
You know what my motivation was? I saw this thing that said, if you don't want to get in shape, if you're like, I mean, I'm sure people will be like, oh, you're Texas, whatever. If you're a man, like your role is protector of your family.
Yeah.
That's what you're here for. Like you are the protector of your family. Like if you're not physically able to fend someone off, what use are you to your family?
Exactly.
It just hit. So I was like, all right. I used to be muscular. I used to be strong. I've got to get back up to that point. Maybe I'll never have to use it. I hope I don't. But like at the point I was last year, if somebody came in, I'd grab their shoulders. They'd push me and I'd be like, like, let me get my gun. Like I need to get back to that point where I'm confident if somebody broke in, I could at least put up a good fight before I went down to try to defend my family. Like that motivated the hell out of me to be like, all right, get back in the gym, dude. Get back to being strong. Now, if I could just get JP to go with me.
Me and my daughter signed up. We're taking karate classes now.
Oh, my daughter, I'm signing her up in a couple of weeks because you had to be 5. The guy teaching her, I was a 2nd degree black belt and I took it for like 12 years. The guy that taught me is going to teach my daughter.
That's awesome.
Like I used to kickbox in tournaments with him and stuff. And so the guy that taught me is going to teach. And he told me that. I came in and I like signed my wife up at the gym and I said, oh, Wayne, by the way, my daughter just turned 5 yesterday. I'm going to sign her up for your classes here in a few months. And he was like, I'm very happy and depressed at the same time. The kids that I taught, I'm now teaching their kids. I was like, dude, that's awesome. Like, what a blessing that is.
But that reminds you how old you are.
Oh, dude. And he's such a beast. Wayne's like a 9th degree black belt. Like, literally, dude's never done anything but martial arts. Like, he's a beast. So
like a lot of them to get like 10th degree, you got to teach for like 20 some odd
Oh,
years.
yeah. He's at 9th
years.
degree, I think, and he'll be at 10th degree here soon. But like, he's going to teach my daughter. It's like a grandmaster is going to teach her, which when he taught me, he was only like I made it to 2nd degree black belt. And when he taught me, he was like
what
a 4th
style is that?
degree.
Yeah, what style?
It's karate, small circle jiu-jitsu, and Okinawan Kempo, which Okinawan Kempo is like a stick fighting thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's
We're
big
doing,
on,
we're doing American freestyle.
Oh, yeah. I will say, I always wanted to take Taekwondo too, but like I really found that like karate and small circle jiu-jitsu was a great combination. Like you learn the stand-up game well, but also if they took you down, you were ready. Because like I never wrestled in high school.
Great groundwork.
Oh,
Jiu-jitsu is so much like fun and like it was weird. I've trained before mixed it's called Chikibukai. It was an ancient Japanese with a lot of foundation in jiu-jitsu.
Say that
so
again?
like, huh?
Say that style again.
It's called Chikibukai Karate Do.
That sounds like sound effects in like a martial art.
It does. But it was everything was in Japanese. Like we had to count in Japanese. We had to greet we called him. So you have sensei up until like an 8th degree, and then it becomes a shihan.
Oh, that's bad, dude. That's some badass. That's badass. That's like Ninja Turtles.
So my buddy Alan, which I'm really good friend, we go to church together, all this stuff. He was the teacher. He was a 9th degree, so he was Shihan Hartman. So anytime we greeted him, it was we had to when we bowed in and everything. Man, it was crazy. Just it was wild having to learn Japanese for a class.
I think the greatest lesson Wayne taught us. Now, granted, we were kids, so like he didn't beat the hell out of us or nothing. But I remember Wayne said one of the biggest hindrances in a fight, if you ever find yourself in one, is everybody's so terrified to be punched. The fear of being punched is going to hold you back dramatically. So what I need you to do is put your hands behind your back, and I'm going to punch each one of you in the face, and then I'm going to punch you in the stomach. And you're going to see what it feels like to be punched. Now, granted, he did put on a padded glove. I mean, we were kids. He didn't like drill us or nothing, but like he came around and he popped you in the stomach and you're like, ugh! you know, and then he's like, all right, stand up straight. And then pap, he popped you across the jaw. And I mean, it didn't hurt. Nobody goes like knocked out. But like looking back on it, and when I like used to box or kickbox, like I see how much that helped, because when somebody like drew back, I didn't flinch. I'm just like, all right, let's dodge under it. But for my daughter, I'm not always going to be there to protect her. So I was like, I will never force you. Like she plays softball now. She loves it. And if she ever hates it, I won't make her take it. She can quit. But you will take karate enough to where, as your dad, I feel comfortable that you can protect yourself if I'm not there. Like I'm going to make you do that, even if you hate it. You're going to learn to protect yourself.
Yeah, dude, it's so much fun. It's so peaceful too, because so many people are like, oh, you got anger issues, whatever. I had anger issues for sure. Like I was an angry person. And when I started doing mixed martial arts and we would spar and stuff, that was such an outlet for me to get that frustration out, that it helped me become calm, and it was peaceful.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So when my wife was like, hey, do you guys want to get back into this? I was like, yes.
Dude, the fact
that
you take it with your daughter, Wayne doesn't offer that. Like parent, I would love to. I think it's awesome that you get to take it with your daughter.
We did a family plan. So if the way it's set up, it's one price for individual. If you want to do a family plan, anybody in our household can go to a class.
I think that's awesome.
When my son gets old enough to like start listening to directions, and when somebody says something, which he's a pain in the butt right now, going through terrible threes, and he'll join us.
I'm going through terrible fives. Like my daughter didn't have terrible twos. She didn't have terrible threes. She didn't have terrible fours. And, I know people hate him, whatever. I don't care. Jordan Peterson said it. And I used to think, oh, no, it's so true. He was like, you have your kids through the ages of 1 through 4. Like 1 through 4, they're like, they're impressionable.
Yeah.
Once they pass 4, something happens and they start, it's just part of them becoming their own person, but you just don't have that little kid anymore like no kid. My daughter's turned 5, and I can definitely attest to where like she's still wonderful, but like there's definitely a difference in the way she talks and the way she interacts. But I would love the opportunity to do karate with her. Like your daughter's going to look back and remember taking karate with dad. And it's going to be the coolest thing when she thinks back on it.
It's cool. It's a lot of fun. And it's a good time.
I'll tell you what, the most humbling thing, my very first, because I was good. Like when we did it, like I was one of Wayne's like forefronts. It was like we go to a tournament, like you're the one that's gonna go out there and show them what we can do. My first fight, I got knocked the out, like literally within the first 4 seconds. Like I was cocky because he built me up. Was like, dude, you're gonna destroy anybody you get against. You're fast. I was like, hell yeah. I walked up and this kid did this spinning kick right in my jaw, and I woke up and I was like, what happened? He's like, yo, you get knocked out.
Man, 700 people just heard you say you got knocked out.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to hit that like button and share.
I hate to let you go when you got 700 people on Zitter, but I gotta get going.
At least you made it to 700.
I know, that's impressive.
Yay. Thanks for coming, hanging out with us, Dr. Coffin Nails. We're gonna be live tomorrow morning. If you guys if anybody wants to come back, we'll be here.
And is that 7 a.m.? I'll try.
We usually go to about 7 to 9, 2 hours. So come hang out with us. Take it easy.
And hopefully today we'll have no glitches because Seth will be able to fast page.
Yeah. I put some RAM in my computer so it's running quite smoothly.
Yeah.
And I will see you guys later. And nice seeing you again, Justin. I think we've been on the stream before.
You too, Dr. Coffin Nails.
All right. Talk to you later.
Thanks, bud.
See you, bud.
So,
no, I don't mind in front of 700 people saying it. But the thing is, here's what I will say. I have also knocked out. But like no shame in my game.
You knocked several people out.
But I mean, yeah, no, dude was lightning fast. I mean, that's the joy in it though, man. Like just learn, like, hey, you lose. I think that baseball and karate are very similar in any sport, really. You just learn how to lose and just understand the loss is part of life.
Yeah, that's it. It's the greatest lesson in life.
You're gonna lose. And I remember, like, no kidding, true story. I failed my black belt test. Like, I was the only kid in that class that failed the black belt test. And I was bummed. But my dad was like, you can cry about it and be upset, or you can go Monday and ask your teacher, what can you do better to get that black belt, and work on that and get your black belt. And, it was like that moment where I was like, he's right. And then I did. And it turned out it was just my katas. Like the fighting I did fine. It was like my form he didn't like during katas. And it was like, work on that. And I guarantee you'll get it. So a lot of life lessons in it.
Humility.
I enjoy karate. It's so much fun.
Exercise, yeah. Exercise, humility.
Teaches you respect.
Respect, yep.
Exactly.
Like I love the philosophy of never underestimate your enemy. No matter who they are, no matter how easy you think you got it, treat them like they are the baddest SOB in the world. Because
like a living, my sensei said they're a living tiger.
Oh yeah, treat anybody. It could be a child. Treat them like they are the baddest SOB in the world, because you just don't know. Don't ever approach a situation with too much. It's just thing about karate you get is there's so many life lessons in it. Just don't approach a situation with too much arrogance. Just assume every situation is going to tear you up, and think, how can I strategically attack this? Don't go into it with arrogance.
Yeah. Plan to I say to people, plan to lose, because it's going to happen.
Oh yeah, my wife hates that. Like I'm always like, well, if we ever split up, she's like, why do you always think about us splitting up? I'm like, I don't. I'm just like Batman. I always have a contingency plan.
Yeah.
I don't want it to happen. I just plan for if it does.
Well, just says, then I'll dig a hole in the backyard and put you in it.
Right.
If I ever go missing, my wife killed me. I promise you. If I ever go missing, come to Caitlin. She did it. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna get another wild turkey. I'll be back.
Oh, it's gonna be one of those nights. Oh man,
it's all
I'm
right.
just.
I took Ishinru many years ago. I do miss it.
Do what?
I took Ishinru karate many years ago. I do miss it.
It's a lot of fun, dude. You should find a place that trains now. And
yeah,
I can't. I popped a disc in my back.
My dad's dealing with a bulged disc right now, so he's
don't
not
wanna
having
pop
a
it,
fun
man.
time walking around.
Yeah, you don't want to pop that disc.
No.
Just one
Take it
slip,
there.
bang. I get tingles in the toes just if I get sit wrong, because it cuts
That
off.
sucks.
Cuts it off. Yeah.
Coffee stream bot. Oh.
Wait, what makes you tingle in your toes?
I got a pop disc.
Oh God, that sucks, dude.
You heard the tail end of that. I was like, wait, what?
I just heard like,
Oh,
it makes
well,
me
it's
tingle in my
really
toes. I was
weird.
like, bro, me too.
This is the kind of thing that just tickles my balls.
And my toes. Oh, dude, back issues, man, they suck. My dad's had them my dad was military, and then right out, he thought he was a gung-ho 25-year-old and tried to pull some wire and threw his back out. And I got a best friend, Brad, that's got back issues, man. They suck. I hate it.
Thank goodness I don't have nothing right. I got a crick neck from sleeping weird last night, but that's about it.
I get lower back issues sometimes because our bed it's just weird. It depends on how I sleep weird. So, well, I still do yoga though. I try to do at least 3 times a week. I do at least like 15, 20 minutes. I'm telling you, bro, as you get older, do yoga. Like as you get older, do some yoga. Like I don't care if it seems whatever. Yoga, I've never felt better as I have when I have like a week where maybe like 4 or 5 days a week I do yoga.
Yeah, yoga's got 2 benefits. You got muscle stretching and blood circulation.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, well, after what I do is I lift weights and then I do yoga. Like, so because a lot of people make the mistake of stretching too much before. Like you stretch after.
Yeah. Plus it gets your circulation, so you got all the lactose that you build up from your weightlifting. All that lactose build up, you're getting it out.
Oh yeah. I got a friend that, well, actually one of my employees, he turned 30 today. And I was telling him, I said, yeah, I'm getting closer to 40. And I can tell you that your 30s are some of the best years of your life because you're still young enough to have fun, but you're also old enough to be like, I know what I like and what I don't like, and I don't mind saying no. But as you get into your 30s, you're going to start noticing some physical limitations you didn't know were there in your 20s. I used to would see a ledge and be like, I can flat foot jump on that. Now at my age, I'm like, I don't want to. Like, I'm not
gonna hurt
even
something.
Yeah. And then when you hit 50, you're like, yeah, I'm going to take the steps.
Well, my daughter at her school, you
Yeah,
can take the
20.
elevator steps. We try to do the steps every day. Like I'm trying to put that in her. I'm like, let's take the steps,
Yeah.
get a little workout.
No, I'm saying instead of jumping down.
Oh yeah, no.
Eh.
When I first joined the company I work for, we have a dock. Like we have this building with 3 docks, and I used to literally and that was in my 30s. But when I first joined, I would jump off of them and jump onto them. Now I work out all the time, and I'm like Brian, I'm just gonna go take the steps. I'll go around. I'll meet y'all at the bottom. Y'all jump off. I'll be there in a little bit.
Yep.
I ain't trying to hurt my back.
Yeah,
All
exactly.
your ankles.
Yeah, right. I feel my knees are what give me
Yeah.
trouble, dude. My knees have started giving me trouble, and I don't understand that. But my knees, I'm limited on leg day by my knees.
As you age, your bones harden. That's why you're landing harder and harder each time. Every second year, you're landing just that little bit harder, and eventually that pound weight is going to catch up to you, where the shock just goes straight through your ankles or your hips.
I always imagined
fucking
Nathan
problem.
Drake as a 40-year-old, and that dude was
Yeah.
athletic and could roll and fall and whatever. And then I found out he was in his early 30s, and I was like, well, there
Yeah,
goes
because
my
he had
hope.
milk bones. You can bend them without breaking, without snapping.
And plot
We need to
armor.
play that game. We haven't played that in a long time.
You need to play. You need to jump on some Fallout, man. Now that that's popular,
Oh,
I'm gonna get you a
I
lot of views,
know.
dude.
We're gonna play Mad Max tomorrow since Furious is coming out today.
I just started playing. So I played Fallout New Vegas back in the day, and that was it. I just bought that on a whim. I didn't know nothing about the universe. I just bought it. It was fun. I enjoy. I'm not an RPG guy, but I like that. I love Skyrim. But then, I just after the show, I don't mind. I ain't gonna be a hipster. I hadn't played Fallout 4 before the show, but I downloaded that. It's fun. I've maybe 10 hours into it. I enjoy it. I mean, it's a typical Bethesda game. If you don't like Skyrim, you're probably not gonna like Fallout. But
if you don't waste your time on side quests, you can pretty much cruise through it in 40 hours.
oh yeah. If you
Not
just
the
follow the
side-
narrative. My problem is Red Dead Redemption 2. He plays it, and I'm much like Seth's playthrough. I'm more interested in playing poker, fishing, and playing the knife game than I am following the story. So it takes me a year to beat it.
We've been
Yeah.
trying to get a moose for weeks.
Right. All I want to do is hunt, fish, things I do in real life.
Yeah.
we finally bagged one. We saw one, and we thought, wow, it's on the other side.
Yeah.
He
I
finally
was
got
so
the-
angry because I got there was a game called The Way of the Hunter. And I was like, hey, this will be a cool game. At least I can play this without getting wanted or whatever, And then I got on it, it was like the hunting is way better on Red Dead Redemption 2. I'm
Dude,
gonna go
Red
back
Dead
to that.
Red Dead Redemption 2 all around is just one of the greatest games of all time.
For
Between the
real.
story, the acting, the everything. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's just a next level game. I literally spent it almost took me 2 years to beat the game because I just enjoyed so many other aspects that the story, as amazing as it was not even top priority for me.
And the thing is, most of the time he only invents the story because he says, I need this gun.
Oh yeah. Well, and then when I finally was like, all right, I need to settle down and beat the game.
Yeah.
One of the only video games that's ever made me tear up. I was like, Jesus Christ, only Rockstar, the creators of Grand Theft Auto, could make me tear up. I love
Yeah, that's true.
story, man. I
No,
love
tear up for the right reasons, not tear up. Oh, Rockstar, why did you edit this out? No.
Yeah.
Like Vice City. No, don't. What Rockstar? What are you doing? Those were my best years, and you edited them out.
I love the I saw a meme on
Vice City,
Instagram where it was talking about the guy was like, oh yeah, I want to trade in this game, and it was Vice City, and he goes, oh yeah, we've got good rates for retro games. He's like, it's not retro. He's like, well, I mean, it came out 20 years ago. It's based on the 80s. And he's like, well, no. It came out when I was in my teenage years. How old are you now? I mean, I'm 40. It's like,
Yep.
oh my God. I mean,
there's big money for the old physical copies of GTA Vice City because it's unedited.
I've still got it. I've got it because I got Vice City when it. I don't know if it's unedited or not, but I got it when it first came out, like the week of the drop. I had Vice City.
If you've got a physical copy of that game, that's awesome. Because like, see, nowadays they're going through and they're going back and editing the audios and the words and taking stuff out that's not appropriate for today's society.
Censorship is oppression.
I think that's what David's talking about. An unedited.
Yes.
You've got a game. See, that's why I've got all these DVD. Well, you can't see it right now, but I've got three shelf rows of DVDs and Blu-rays and all kinds of stuff because they can't go in and they can't edit my discs.
Oh, dude, like Mulan is considered offensive on Disney Plus. Like, I can't find my daughter growing up when she was like 2 to 3. Her favorite Disney movie was Mulan. She loved Mulan. You could not find Mulan on Disney Kids because it was considered offensive.
Right?
Why? Why is it offensive? In no way does it demean a people. Like, offensive would be if it made Chinese people look like idiots or if it was made to make fun of them. Like, it was, if anything, it made you like, damn, I wish I was Chinese. Those sons of bitches are badass. Why is that not appropriate for children?
It's a story, right, that actually says, hey, it doesn't matter who you are. You can still come out, and still be
a hero no matter your sex.
Yeah.
It don't matter. Oh yeah, no, dude.
They wanted Brie Larson to be the hero, so they took out all the competition. That's what, yeah.
We're at 805 people watching right now.
I think they got the Chinese actress version of Mulan, and she says, "Get rid of the competition." That's there are petty people like that in Hollywood. They'll say, "Just declare it problematic," just to get rid of it.
I mean, it just blew my mind. I'm like, Mulan is like a wholesome story, and I have a daughter. I want my daughter to think she can be a badass if she wants to work for it. And it's like, that's what Mulan teaches. Is like, hey, she was a girl, and it was a male-dominated society, but she still came in and she worked hard. She became a badass. Like, that's the lesson I want my daughter to learn. How is that not appropriate for children? Like, isn't that the lesson you want to teach children?
Or do the right thing at the end, where they literally throw her under a bus and she still does the right thing.
Right. They leave her. They're just like shunning her, and then she still comes back to the city and saves the emperor and does the right thing. And you're right. I mean, like, it's like I just remember not being able to find that, and then like asking my wife, and she goes, "Oh yeah, it's considered not appropriate for children because it's like racist." And I was like, What is racist? Racist would be like the movie made fun of Chinese people or made you laugh at China. It literally, like, it does nothing to elevate them.
It's so racist. They make a live action remake. It's so racist.
And the live action remake sucked because Mushu was nowhere to be found.
Yeah. No, they didn't. They don't want to have Mushu.
The live action version was not kid friendly. That was an adult movie. Like, there is some serious violence in that movie.
Yeah,
I mean, it just blew my mind. My daughter loved it.
I think the actress in that movie wanted the competition out because she wanted to be the Mulan.
They also thanked the Wuhan was it Wuhan?
Yeah,
not Wuhan. The Uyghur.
The province that has the Uyghur camps in it.
Yes. Yeah, they thank the actual concentration camp.
Yeah, because they filmed next to their land.
I could see if like you had a bunch of Americans doing like offensive Asian accents, like, but they all spoke extremely well. And I mean, like, it just blows my mind. Like, it blows my mind. It was a wholesome movie.
It's like the Great War. Americans hated it because they said, "Oh, it's white cultural appropriation." Meanwhile, everybody else loved it because it was actually true to form, where Westerners would come and find that there's this great culture to study, and
Oh, dude, I hate the term cultural appropriation. I hate it because,
Mhm.
like, all right, if you want us to not be divided and you want people to not be racist and segregated, then why can't we share things? Like, if like, let's say if I have an African American friend and he puts his hair in dreads, and I think that looks cool, so I want to try it and I do it. Shouldn't that bring us closer together? Like we're sharing something. Why?
Yeah,
Why?
they complain.
That's
But,
just
all right.
further segregating us by being like, oh, you're this color, you can't do that. Like that's some
Yeah.
Jim Crow racial stuff there. Like you're
Yeah, telling
separating people based on their race.
Yeah, telling people you can't wear a sombrero because you're not Mexican. Meanwhile, all the sombrero makers are going, "No, what are you doing?" They 90%
Yeah,
of their
exactly. I
customers-
saw that meme.
90% of their
Somebody
customers
somebody
are
went to
tourists.
an authentic like mariachi band and was dressed
Yeah.
like a mariachi band. They were like, "Hey, does my costume offend you?" And he was like, "No." He was like, "Is it like an appropriate, is it what is considered a traditional, outfit?" And he's like, "Yeah, you did good. You did good."
It's
And he's like,
never the people that they
And-
claim are offended that are actually offended. It's always
Right.
white people that are
The
offended
activists.
for
Well, not
somebody else.
all- 90% of them are white, but there's also the black activists who get offended. "Oh, you're appropriating our culture, or you're not representing us."
Well, what
don't
is that?
represent
Who is
us.
that? Who is that hip hop artist or he's in hip hop and they were talking about Eminem and he was like,
Yeah.
you can't bring a white guy into the conversation. If you ain't black, you can't be a part of the conversation, this, that, or the other. And it's like, Tony Yayo was like, Eminem is giving props to like every black hip hop artist ahead of him that paved the way. Like why is he not allowed in the culture? Like he's giving props to Tupac and to Andre 3000. Like this dude has put on, not only was he a white rapper, but he brought on tons of black people too, like gave them an opportunity and brought them into the industry.
When they were talking about rap in the early days, they pretty much they made rap a black thing when it wasn't originally a black thing. It was street culture, right? It came out of the poetry, the poetry, the poetry and coffee shop era, where people started putting things to music,
Kind of like
and
poetry to music.
Tupac was putting poetry to music. So they made it a black thing, even though there were lots of people trying to put poetry to music. It's just that Tupac was really good at it. And then Ice-T, etc., and then New Wave culture and all those people, because they happened to be black, they immediately started walling off other cultures.
Well, and I just feel like you can have your cultural stuff, but if somebody from another race wants to like get involved and be a part of it, like doesn't that bring us together? Like, isn't that what you want? Like if rap is strictly black and like that's all there is, like doesn't that segregate yourself? Isn't it awesome when you do something and people from other races are like, hey, we love what you're doing, we want to get involved, we want to do it too? Like, doesn't that bring us together?
It should.
Absolutely. Could you imagine saying, "Oh, you're a jazz player, you're a black." Oh, jazz. Imagine saying jazz is black, yet every instrument is white, so you can't play jazz.
I mean, like, really? I mean, like,
that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
And that's the thing about like Eminem. It's like it's not like Eminem came in and acted like white people were the predominant. Like he came in and gave credit to all these African Americans that had done rap before him. Respected who came, and like so great. Like he wants to get into what you're doing. Like that brings us together. Like saying no, you can't come in because you're white. That just keeps us segregated.
Exactly, because as I was saying, when rap was starting, right, it was predominantly black. Right, you had because you had people coming out of rhythm and blues. You had people coming out of coffee shop poetry. You had you had slam artists, right? People who just basically off the cuff just sing a song, right? Just whatever. And those all came together. So you can't just say, hey, it was a predominantly black thing. You can't say it was an only black thing, right? And that is what Eminem is basically saying. He's saying, look, I got the talent. My skin color shouldn't matter.
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that I believe in people coming together. I don't think that a skin color should define, I mean, like, again, like the cultural appropriation thing. I hate that because people just use it as a reason to hate on somebody. It's like, if somebody likes what you're doing and they're doing it, wouldn't that bring us together?
Yeah. Nobody's saying a sombrero is Mexican, but a lot of people don't understand. The sombrero came out of the big hats of the Spanish colonizers. They increased the size of their hats because of the sun. So
yeah, I just want people to come together. I think that you can't do this.
But nobody's saying it's not Mexican, right? Nobody's saying I'm wearing this hat, it's suddenly German culture. Nobody's doing that, right? It's just the activists looking for a grift. And that is really what's going on. And you go back to the 50s and 60s where identity culture was born. It was born out of a rage of people who couldn't take out their anger on the dead slavers. Okay.
Well,
so
it's like country music. Like country music. Yeah. Country music's been predominantly white. However, when you have artists that come in, like let's say Charlie Pride. Charlie Pride was a black artist. He was country. He was country as all get out. And great. But then the white people that didn't want a black guy doing country, to me, that's just as bad. Like, why are you keeping the races separate? If black people like country and they want to come in and do country, let them do it. That's great. We're coming together. They like the music. They want to participate. Let's come together and make music together. Why does it have to be a white thing and a black thing? Why can't people just make music together?
Yeah. Yeah. If
JP, by the way, loves Beyonce's country song.
Yeah.
Really? I haven't even heard it.
It's not bad. I mean, I'm gonna say when people I hear and I don't throw the term racist around lightly. I really don't. But when I hear the super deep South people that I know that are somewhat racist because they'll make remarks that I'm not going to say here live because I don't want to mess up your 800 viewers. But they'll say racist stuff and they'll just be like, "Oh, that ain't real country." And I'm like, "Weren't you listening to Luke Bryan 10 minutes ago? That ain't real country, and that's a white dude." that's pop rock country.
I remember when people were hating on Billy Ray Cyrus, and all right, I didn't like him. I thought,
oh, that breaks my achy breaky heart.
Yeah,
don't tell Jeff's heart, his achy breaky heart.
But you can't tell people they didn't like it, and that because you don't like it. You know what I mean? And that's what cultural appropriation is. I don't like it, therefore everybody has to not like it, sort of thing. There are people like that, I forget the name of the disorder, but it's just where there's everything has to be in its box. Everything has to have its label.
Right. And that's segregating. That's putting everything in a box and separating everything. Why does it have to be that way? Why can't someone...
The government is looking at it from the point of view is, well, it's mental illness, but we can exploit it for votes, or we can exploit it as a distraction from our corruption.
Oh yeah, everything's a distraction these days.
Yeah, everything's a distraction.
I think that regardless of someone's skin color, if they want to get involved in your culture,
you want diversity? Look at the Bronx rally for Trump. There's diversity. You look at Joe Biden. What did he have? He had less than 400 people, and maybe one of them was black.
Well, if you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black.
Yeah.
What he said himself.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that it sucks to put.
I have never, though, in my lifetime, I'm over 50, and I've never seen a spontaneous rally for any president where 100,000 people marched through the Bronx to see Donald Trump. I mean, come on. I've never seen that for any president. As popular as Reagan was, he could only fill a music hall, whereas Trump, he has people out, he has half his crowd outside. He has more people outside than inside,
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah,
to say that he's divisive, well, you're the ones protesting. He didn't lock you up. He didn't lock up Julian Assange, but he should have freed him. And I think that was a big one of his mistakes. Another mistake was letting the distractions distract him. He could have sicked his counsel onto it and gone on with business.
Oh yeah. No, I think that, you know what? I mean, like me, I don't know, if I had a country band and I met a black guy that loved country music and said, "Hey, I want to be a part of your band," I'm like, "Come on, man. If we got to share love for music, let's do it. I don't care what color you are."
Yeah, if you're looking for a drummer, you're not going to put out, "I'm looking for a white drummer." Yet a black band could put out, "I'm putting for a black drummer," and then they complain about racism. Hello.
I remember, and this is a true story. I had a black best friend. I've talked about him on our podcast many times. Think the world of him. He's a wonderful person. His name's David. And we've worked together for many years. And I remember we used to carpool to work together. And I was playing some Avenged Sevenfold. And he was like, "Man, put on some good music. I don't want to hear this shit." We got into a conversation. And it basically led into where he flat out said, "Well, I'm black, so I only really like R&B and rap." And I said, "Dude, you're limiting yourself though. Like, I'm white and I love rap and I love country and I love rock and I love pop. Like, I love what I love. Like, I don't feel like my color should." And I remember I was like, "Let me show you something." And I showed him the Avenged Sevenfold guitar solo for Seize the Day. And that shit changed his life. And he was like, "All right, I kind of feel that." I was like, "Feel it, man. Like, if you like it, let's like it." I mean, there's no rule that says you have to like. You can like rap and R&B, but it's okay to be like, "Hey, I like that rock song too, and I like that country song." Don't put you, like, to your point. What I'm getting at is, to your point, don't put yourself in a box. Don't feel like you have to like something for some particular reason. Just like what you like, man. Life's short. Enjoy what you enjoy. And like, to this day, if he comes over, he'll be like, play that Avenged Sevenfold song. I'm like, "That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah." And then we'll play rap.
I do like rap.
I do love rap.
I like a lot of music, man. It's something good about having just a plethora of genres just to look at, to feel your mood. Whatever kind of mood you got a playlist that's going to be right on the money.
My playlist will go from like death metal or heavy metal. Metal's so arrogant these days. You can't call something death metal. It's like, that's technically post-hardcore. But I'll play Wage War, and then it'll go into like the 1975, and then it'll go into like Jay-Z, and then it'll go into Tim McGraw. And I'm like, dude, I just like good music. I mean, if I like a song, I like it. I don't care what it is, if it's poppy, if it's country, if it's rap. If I like it, I like it. I'm not ashamed of it. Life's short. I'm not living for you. I'm living for me. And these are the songs I like. With that said, I love the 1975. They're poppy AF, but I love them. Oh my God, that Wild Turkey rare breed is burning some kind of good. Have any of y'all ever tried? Anybody in here drink bourbon?
No. Well, I mean, I have, like, with you, like, once.
What did you drink when you drank with me?
I don't remember.
Was it E.H. Taylor?
I think so. It was something that you were showing JP.
Good stuff for you, because I only pull out the good stuff when like somebody's from out of town or there's some special occasion. I feel like for you, I would have pulled out E.H. Taylor. Because around here,
whatever it was something that you were showing JP. Because you poured him one, and you were like, "Hey, you want one too?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure."
Well, actually, I'll turn it, and that literally, this is like 1/100th of what I've got. I just started moving my bourbon over here.
Oh, nice.
So
did you get rid of your cabinet?
No, it's still there. So what I think I'm going to do is put my super rare, expensive stuff in the cabinet and just put my regular stuff over here. But I was talking, my boss now, the guy that is now the operations manager of the company, he's really into bourbon. So we were talking about it today, and he was like, we were talking about Wild Turkey rare breed, which I've said for many years, you never will find my shelf without rare breed on it. It's a bomb bourbon, but it's like 130 proof. Like, it's high as hell. It was like, We were talking about it today, so I ended up getting some. That's what I'm drinking.
Time Traveler, what's up, man? He said, I didn't get night sweats until my neighbor gave me his cheap military shop bourbon, 2 massive jugs. I was already keeling over a pint of vodka a day.
Get some help, buddy.
Ooh.
I'm better now, though.
I'm
Hey,
proud
good
of
job.
you, Time Traveler. Oh man, no, like for me, like I literally only drink bourbon on Friday or Saturday nights. Like it's so funny now that I'm back in the gym, I do not drink during the week. Like Monday through Thursday, there is no alcohol. If there is, maybe a beer if I'm at like a Rotary meeting or something. But for me, bourbon is strictly a Friday and Saturday night treat.
That's a treat. Treat yourself.
Oh, I do. Speaking of which, I'm about to get some more wild turkey.
That's it, man. You got to treat alcohol with respect because it does not respect you. You have to be in charge.
Well, me and JP were talking about it earlier. I was like, dude, I hate it's so funny because for me, bourbon is like coffee. It's something I enjoy with a book. You know, like I love to read. You're in my little library study area. So, I mean, it's just like books all over the place. I love to read.
Time Traveler said, I just underestimated the power. I was going through divorce and stuff. Don't abuse the booze. It ain't gonna feel good.
No.
Absolutely, I can attest to that.
I'm sorry you're going through stuff, man.
If I got to the point where I couldn't go through a day without a drink, I would quit in a heartbeat. Like for me, it really is like coffee. Like I want to come down, have a bourbon, read a book, like sit down here in some peace. If I ever got to the point where I was dependent on it or getting shit faced off of it, I would stop.
Do you take 15 shots a night?
No, I do not.
Alcohol does not control me. I control my drinking.
Yep.
With that said, I'm going to control some wild turkey into my cup.
I can only take 15 shots in 9 minutes.
I am in control.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying as long as you're in control.
15 shots at 223 is too expensive.
We're 940 people watching over on X.
That is just crazy.
This is insane.
This is sweet.
Let's go. Can we get it to 1,000? Share that.
Can we
that
get
link
to
out
1,000?
on
Share it out.
Twitter.
Share out your social media. Let everybody know we're watching it, man.
Yeah. And I did get some more
see,
reviews up, like I said last week. This week I got some edit. I got to edit some more.
This is our YouTube. I posted on X. This is our YouTube channel. You guys can go check it out there. We're multi-streaming. We're on YouTube, X, and Rumble. Rumble's still kind of just chilling at like between 7 and 15 people at a time.
You can stream on X now?
Yeah, dude. That's where I got all these people at.
That's awesome. I didn't know you could stream there.
Yeah, X has got 900. I'm at 947 people watching over on X. 2 people watching on X.
If I post a reply, is that what I have to do? Is that how it shows up here?
Go to podcastingdead.com. Or no, wait, we don't have an actual website. We're poor. Go to Podcasting Dead on YouTube.
Here, Justin, hang on. Here, I'll put it up here.
The problem is, I'm sitting in the chat room in X and I can't see anybody. I can see that there's people there, but I can't see the chat.
That's because you're in Australia. They don't believe in freedom there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It's like, yeah, you're right.
I can't fault you. I can't fault you.
Can you verify something for me?
Yeah. What's up?
I've been told that, Australia touts nonstop that like, oh, we banned guns and now we don't have gun violence. But I've got some Australian friends and they told me that gun violence is still very prevalent there. They just suppress it.
Actually, more than ever. Yeah. They just don't report it. There's a reporting ban on gun violence. That's
like what the hell is that? Literally, don't report on gun violence because we don't want people to know that banned guns.
It's like
they don't want to admit that it failed. They don't want to admit the ban failed.
The crime statistics. They keep saying crimes down. It's because they don't report it and don't
report it.
Hey,
what you tell I'm not going to report my weight gain.
Yeah. Yeah, the crime statistics are down, but you burnt down Chicago. Yeah, but nobody was charged.
Oh, dude, Chicago has got some of the strictest gun laws in our country, and they have some of the most outrageous gun violence in the country.
It's now safer in Uruguay than Chicago.
Dude, you come down to deep South Virginia and you're safer than you are in Chicago.
No, I'm talking about how you guys turned it around from being the most dangerous country to like bit less than Chicago.
You know what I was introduced
bad.
to? So you're into politics there, David. And so a friend of mine introduced me to, where's the guy the president of? He's libertarian, and he just took
Milei of Argentina.
yes, the afuela. Like when
Yeah,
Afuela.
so we went to this is the whitest place you can eat here in the United States. It's called Cracker Barrel.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty
Last
much
Sunday.
it.
Fantastic French toast, by the way.
Oh, their food is phenomenal. Cracker Barrel is worth every penny.
I have
to
to
go.
come to
You
the
gotta
United
like
States
everything
just for
breaded.
Cracker Barrel.
David, you know what? I'm gonna pay for you to come to the United States one day. Let me know when you want to come. I will pay for your flight and I will pay for your hotel. I will get you to the United States. Just let me know when you want to come. We'll make it happen. You can fly into RDU. Me and Seth will come pick you up, and we'll have a grand old time. And we'll take you to a good old American Cracker Barrel. But like the food's phenomenal. It's deep South cooking. It's great. But like, so my brother got married on Saturday, and we woke up hungover as shit that Sunday. Last Sunday. So we were like, we need some grease in our system to get rid of the booze. So where can we go? Let's go to Cracker Barrel. And we go there.
It wasn't an IHOP.
No, oh no, IHOP wishes it was Cracker Barrel. This is what IHOP aspires to be.
White Castle's.
What's the
But
other
like-
one?
Yeah.
Waffle House. That's the other one.
We went to the Cracker Barrel, and my buddy was telling me about this guy, and he showed me where like this guy went through a list of government positions, and he'd walk up to it and be like, blah, 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 afuela. And then he'd go,
That's what he did.
like
Cut the government.
government assistance of sewage, afuela.
I've never been to Cracker Barrel. Dude, that sucks, man. You got to go because they got some bomb French toast.
Dude, everything.
I'm telling you, he
It's
fired
so good.
70,000 public servants, right? So the unemployment went up like something like 0.1% or something. And over the following weeks, it all started going down, and people going, "What do you mean it's going down?"
Oh my God, we were over
I tried to
1,000.
explain to people that what happens is all these people with university degrees hold out for government jobs, so they're sitting on unemployment. But now that there's no guaranteed government jobs for them, they're starting to do all the jobs that everybody wouldn't take, like waiting staff, all the people are returning to farm work. People are returning to work in Argentina because there's no more guaranteed government jobs, so they can't sit around on unemployment waiting for that handout.
Afuela.
Exactly.
No, Seth, I'm so proud of you. I'm so glad you're over 1,000 views. I legit am sitting here so happy for you.
Now we're going to see whether or not it's a rare thing, because apparently Panama is now set to do that next week. Panama is, as you may or may not know, elected a right-wing government for the first time in ages.
It's Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel's the solution to this nation's problems.
Yes. Send them a
Just
Cracker
get
Barrel.
all the-
Everybody went and got a country boy breakfast.
yeah.
It would be awesome.
Dude, 2 eggs, your choice of meat, 3 sides. Oh my God.
Oh
It's
my
terrible
God,
for
yeah.
your health, but it is so good. I mean, get me them fried apples, get me the hash brown casserole, get me the bacon, the extra.
No, you had me at bacon. You had me at bacon.
The last time we went to Cracker Barrel, I fasted lunch so that way I could make sure to eat like good.
You know, surprisingly, everything at Cracker Barrel is good. You know the one thing that sucks there?
What?
Their catfish. Fish is terrible at Cracker Barrel. Their chicken fried chicken and their chicken fried pork chop, bang. Everything at Cracker Barrel is banging. Don't get the fish. The fish is garbage.
Where's this accented magician Applegate from? Australia.
Yeah.
He's actually from Wyoming.
Yeah, Australia doesn't exist.
That's how they.
Flat Earth?
No, not on a flat Earth. You can't be down under on a flat Earth.
No,
Yeah.
you're down the road.
All right. What do
Well,
you
we
want?
saw that map. Did you see the map the latest flat Earth map? It's got Narnia on it, for Christ's
I
sake.
just love the documentary where flat earthers try to disprove the world was flat and spend all this money on this experiment that proved the world was not flat.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
great.
I know, right?
Kansas.
Time
What
traveler
about
from
the
Kansas. Hey,
who-
man, welcome.
Yeah, what about
I'm
the
right.
people who
I'm
prefer
right in the
Spain?
heart of the Appalachian Mountains.
I
And,
am
I
further
know it's
down
bad.
south. Am I
There are
south
people
from
who-
you, Seth?
I think you're more west, east.
I'm more east. I'm down
Yeah,
in the
you're out of the
flatter
mountains,
region
right?
of Virginia.
You're more in the Piedmont, aren't you?
No, yeah, we're like 20 minutes from North Carolina. So we're
I mean, geographically, is that still in the mountains or it's into the Piedmont area?
no, it's there. There are no mountains here.
Okay, yeah, you're in the
It's
Piedmont.
so weird because I'm driving to Justin's house. It's like mountains, 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 mountains. You look up and it's like, oh my god, it's flat. This is so weird.
You know what I learned
So
as you get close, because we're only like 2 hours from Virginia Beach. The closer you get to the coast, the flatter it gets.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, you have the Piedmont section. I forget where it ends, and then you have the coastal plain.
Y'all ever heard of the historical like crossing of the Dan? No, okay. That was in my town. It's a very insignificant.
River?
It's an insignificant battle, but it happened here. Damn it.
No, was that Civil War?
No, yeah. It was Civil War, and then you've got from the Civil War. You also have Stanton River State Battle Park, like where you can still see the trenches that they dug out. That's still here.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, no,
Walmart hasn't turned it into a Walmart yet, right?
I'll tell you what. If you go watch The Walking Dead and you look at the map Abraham had to get to Washington D.C., if you look at the map, they go right through my town.
Oh, that was a shout out to you, Justin.
Yep, personal. And I took that personally.
That was a shout out to you.
It's flat here in Kansas. Just yesterday, I caught a great white shark off the coastal oceans off Kansas. It was 25 foot. Wait, Kansas is landlocked. How are you getting a shark?
Yeah,
bro.
I have been to Kansas.
She had blue hair. She had blue hair. She had blue hair.
You know what else? They're turning the freaking frogs gay. Okay.
The land sharks, absolutely.
If you go listen to our Patreon cast for a good third of it, JP talks in a Alex Jones accent. The entire time.
Oh, where L's don't exist and everything's a B.
Yep. Gay frogs.
Those evil gay frogs. You gotta
gay.
What else does he say? Woman. Waman. I can't.
Waman. Remember? Hey, do you remember? Late. This will be just. Maybe David might remember this, but back in the early days of the High Council, when Jeremy used to do the clip of Jeremy Osteen. Oh, he'd say, "Why man."
It's Jeremy Osteen.
I'm Jeremy Osteen.
Yeah.
You contribute to my church.
Yeah.
As I get older and I have all my friends around, I say that a lot. I look around and I'm surrounded by men. I'm like, why man? Why man?
Why man? Yeah, why man?
Why man?
So I'm told to learn my geography because Kansas has access to all oceans.
Does it? I thought Kansas was landlocked too.
No, it's west of the Mississippi, goof.
You're not alone. I was gonna say I thought Kansas was landlocked too. That river in front of your house, bro, it ain't an ocean. That wasn't a great white shark. That was just a blue channel cat.
Does the Missouri River go through Kansas? I don't remember if it.
That's
landlocked AF.
The hole, bro. They live their entire life in that hole.
The nearest ocean is a planet away.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm about to dox me and Lape.
Which
honestly, Justin should be over here too. It should be popped up for Justin too.
Why does it show up?
Oh, I don't care. I got enough firepower.
Lape right here.
Show up at my house. I dare you.
Oh crap! I'm sorry, man.
It's all right.
Dude, dox me. I do not care. Show up. Pull up.
Is that my house? It's so weird. You're supposed to be saved. Like,
let me see it, dude. Do the thing where it pops up.
That's all right.
But it's not.
The Google the the Google car went by a few months ago, and I was out at the end of the driveway with the dogs on purpose. So, yeah,
Where-
out where I live, the sheriff will take at least
Yo,
half
I
an
ain't,
hour
I
to
ain't about
show
to
up.
zoom any further, but I see Justin's house from here.
Where hold on, let me see. Oh man.
Because I know the area now. I'm a veteran of getting to his house, so
That's where I live.
I see where you live.
Dude, I'm so old. If you sit at so there's a 4-way intersection right next to my house, and if you sit there for more than like a minute, I'm coming out. Like I'm the old man on the street. What are you youngsters doing here?
Clint Eastwood.
I
Get
know.
off my lawn. I'm
Oh,
on the
yeah.
highway. Get off my lawn.
Oh, bro, it's Gran Torino all day in my front yard. Actually,
you parked 2
so
blocks away, and
we're doing it this Sunday. So every Sunday for the last 10 years, this will be the 10th annual. We do a seafood boil. It's a low country boil, Cajun seasoning, crab legs, shrimp, sausage, all that. And I remember one year we did it, and like we were sitting here, and it was like me and 2 other people. We were still drinking beer, hanging out, and it got late, and this like white Civic pulled up right next to my house on the street. And at first I was like, "The hell? Who is that?" And then I didn't think none of it. We kept drinking. I realized like 30 minutes went by, and he's still sitting there. And I was like, "Yo, this dude's buying weed." Like I know what he's doing. I've been there. So I go out like the old man that I am, and I'm like, "Listen here, young sir. I know what you're here doing. Do it further up the street." He's like, "I'm just waiting for a friend." I said, "Wait for him over on Ash. Don't do it on my street." My wife was like,
"You're such an old man."
My wife's like, "He could have shot." Oh no, these 2 dudes got to fight.
No. Super Trooper style. On the window, tap, 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 tap. You got your hand on the sidearm. I know what you're doing here.
These 2 dudes got to fighting on my street, like at the stop sign. And I like was like, "Don't do that shit on my street." And I started walking up. My wife said, "What were you gonna do in your office, your Dunder Mifflin t-shirt and your short gym shorts?" I was like, "I was about to get my ass whooped, but you know." They know if they show up on my street, they better be ready to whoop some ass. I'm old, bro. I got kids.
My God.
Don't come on my street trying to start no stuff. I will call the cops on you.
Let's see.
Not where I live.
No, Life only
the
calls the cops
Walter.
to pick up the bodies.
Hey, I've got a Walter BP. Yeah, I've got that. If I didn't think Seth
He had that. It's at the bottom of the lake now.
No, it's actually right there
In a safe.
in one of those 2 safes.
Demonetized.
Pick it apart.
But yeah, no, the PPQ M2 is an excellent sidearm. It is virtually indestructible. Great sidearm choice.
I have a Glock 19 thinking of the Walter is just better.
The Walther is excellent. And I'm not going to say one's better than the other. I own both. I have 3 Glock 19s, but it is. Yeah, the Walther trigger is unstoppable. But also, I'm not gonna crap on Glock. Like they just run.
He's not, folks. He's just saying, if Glock were to sponsor me, I'll crap on Walter.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I own 8 of them, so somebody better start giving me some money.
Yeah, just to get the 9th.
I mean, Jesus, start paying me back. But no, the PPQ M2 is an excellent choice. Like if you go to the Honest Outlaws channel, he tried to break that thing. He could not. They are utterly reliable. Great choice. But also you can't go wrong with the Glock 19. Trigger is not as good, but it's going to go bang when you pull the trigger. I can promise you that.
The dogs are around me reminding me
trying to start a gun tube channel.
Yeah, I think I'm getting ready to get out of here. There's 1,139 people watching me right now.
Don't stop now. Don't stop now.
I gotta pee.
Go pee. I'll hold it.
Hey, we have a live stream tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. We can pick right back up. We'll even talk more about Rekieta.
Hey, go pee. Me and the Australian American will keep it going.
Yeah, but I won't go to sleep because I've been up since 5.
You go to sleep. Me and David Applegate will keep you going. Brian Lape, you're sexy. You stay. Oh, what the hell?
Lave left. He was like, I'm out.
Dude,
Yeah.
why? Every time I show up, his sexy ass just disappears.
Nah, he only has to have a rustle on the boundary of his body and he's of his property, and the dogs go off. But just once, if he doesn't go out there, that bear will go straight for his chickens.
One day, I'm gonna take advantage of Lape.
That sounded bad. I'm really hoping my wife put the little ducks in because I was like, I have to go to the stream.
That's
so
gonna have the same problem. He's gonna.
I want to try some duck eggs, Seth. I've never tried duck eggs.
No, I've got a bunch of them right now.
Are they good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're bigger.
Are they good or better than chicken eggs?
A lot bigger. They're better. They're a lot better.
Flavor?
Yeah, richer.
Very rich flavor. Richer flavor.
I want to farm so bad. My wife and I, that's our goal, is to buy a house out in the country and have chickens and ducks, and cows and goats and one donkey.
Time travel. You keep going on about funnel webs. Funnel webs live in their freaking hole. They don't come out. Okay, once they burrow into that hole, that's it. They don't come out.
Did I show you? I don't know if I showed you that or not. We did. Oh yeah, honey. I got some honey.
I want some honey.
Honeybees.
Well, one of the guys I work with, he's a young guy too. Like, I think it's awesome that somebody that's like 23 is so into beekeeping. And he brings me raw honey. You know what my cure for when
honey does not rot. Pure honey does not rot.
It does. No, pure honey and peanut butter are the apocalypse survival nutrients. So peanut butter will go bad, but it takes a very long time. It's packed full of protein, full of nutrients. Honey, worst case scenario, crystallizes. Put it over a fire, and guess what? It turns back into honey.
Yeah, they just melted a pot of 3,000-year-old honey, and
so Monday I woke up. My dad joked and said it was a hangover from the wedding. I've never heard of a hangover skipping a day, but I woke up Monday and I had a fever. And so my wife was like, she works in the medical field, and she was like, I think you should probably stay home. You're feverish, you're contagious. So I stayed home. And if you know me and you talk to people at work, Justin never calls out sick. So I called out sick. What did I do at like 8 o'clock in the morning? Went downstairs, mixed some wild turkey and honey, took a shot, felt way better. Probably just from being a little buzzed, but it made me feel better. Honey is awesome. Like, it helps with allergies. They say if you eat local honey to your area, like regularly, it helps you like fight off allergies.
Because it's made from the pollen in your area, and your body, it softens your body to that pollen, because that's what your allergies are. It's just reaction to pollen.
Honey makes me want to go hippie. Not gonna
Except
lie.
hippies weren't really into honey.
Also, I like to shower.
They didn't use the honeybees to pollinate their marijuana.
That's nice too. Seth, you never smoked marijuana, have you?
Nope.
He has not tasted the devil's lettuce.
All right, your mom's gone to bed. Be honest. You never smoked marijuana?
No.
I have not. Now, I say this to somebody who has not.
Look at that laugh. That's the guy's been downwind.
I've not smoked it many years, but I'm just saying, like, if you did it, I think you would like it. Hey, David, have you ever smoked marijuana? I know y'all are a lot stricter in Australia. They'll probably behead you.
I've been downwind a few times. I've been downwind more often than not.
I understand. In Australia, if you express any type of freedom, they'll behead you in a public square. So I understand.
No. You have to do it. You have to. These day and age, they try and make you do it to yourself.
Is it illegal still in Australia to smoke weed?
No, they're going through the process of legalization.
I was gonna say, like, so growing up, David, did y'all like it was illegal here and growing up?
Yeah, it was illegal. Yeah, growing up until about a few years ago, it was like super illegal. Like, even if you had a plant, they'd come for you. Now you can buy it off the government for $20 a pop.
Could you get it though when you grew up?
Oh yeah, it was everywhere. We're growing up. It was everywhere.
So they're
Every
all
second truck driver
dude.
was a dealer. Yeah.
Dude, I love an Australian accent. I want to hear out, David. I want to hear a stoned Australian accent. You'd be like, "Oh no!"
While you're stoned to hear it.
Yeah, my stone. Oh no!
What's he asking? They really can't what? Concentration
What?
camps for people. Yes, they built 3 camps for COVID and only 2 got used and all of them were shut down because they basically, like, by the time they finished building them, the bloody pox was over.
I love that you say bloody and it's so natural. I say it and people think I'm ironic.
Yeah. But it's part of our culture almost at one stage. Growing up, people used to swear far more than they do now. Growing up, people used to basically, we had Darren Hinch used to say bloody all the time, and he was on primetime television.
As an American, I want to be able to say bloody hell and nobody look at me like I'm being ironic.
Yeah, because it's very Australian to say bloody hell.
So, like, all right, Australian and English, like British, England, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, who started what? Because y'all's accents are similar, but like the Australian kind of like rolls off. Like, what was the original?
The original accent was very English, but then with the second, third, and fourth waves of European migration, it sort of went Scottish and Irish. And so it dragged away from the original after about 20 years. The accent started to come out in second and third generation. Pretty much like America. America's first couple of generations were very English, you know. And then
also think about the Southern accent. People don't realize that. People act like if you have a Southern accent, you're a hick. However, Southern American dialect is the closest thing to traditional English in the entire country. So when you say like we went down to the Chattahoochee and had a boochie Gucci, if you were to just like slow that down, like we went down to the Chattahoochee and had a blue Gucci, like it's the closest thing to the traditional English that there exists in the country.
The thing is, it's an English country accent. It's farmers from England who came to Southern America, who mixed. But the thing is, why it's so fast is because a lot of them had French wives from Louisiana.
That's where I was born, was Louisiana.
Yeah, because you know the English women being rather dumpy, they went for the French tart.
Oh yeah, no, those Louisiana accents, man. I tell you, but I went down to the shed and I found like a gator in there. Like, I feel on.
But that's the thing. In Australia, it was more the Scottish and Irish settlers who deviated the accent. You know,
I find dialect to be fascinating, because you
go back and if you've ever heard some of the early English accents, you go, "Wow, that doesn't sound like England today." That's exactly what happens. Your dialect, if you don't hear it often enough, you start speaking like everybody else.
Oh well, when I got in the radio, I've lost it. I sound more Southern now, but when I got in the radio, I was like, "It's about 5 after 9." And they were like, "It's not 9 or 5. It's 9. It's 5." Like you have to pronounce your words. And like I will never forget going to Virginia Beach with some friends, and like we met up with some girls or whatever. And I was talking to one of them, and she goes, "Where are you from?" And I was like, I was born in Louisiana, but I'm from Virginia. And she was like, "I thought you were from New York." I was like, "Why?" She goes, you don't talk like your friends at all. And I was like, "Oh, well, I'm in radio. They will whip you if you have a Southern accent. They don't play that shit."
No, radio, you've got to enunciate.
It's it's like it's quick hits 109 575 33 WBM. Yeah, like you cannot. There's no
You
five.
haven't missed a letter. You can be fast. You just can't miss a letter.
Oh yeah, no, you've got it. I find dialect fascinating. Like I love those videos on TikTok where it shows what English sounded like in like Jesus's time and up, and it's.
Yeah.
I find dialect to be fascinating, and how in the United States we are so diversified. And like a Southern accent has tiers. There's Georgian Southern accent. There's Virginian. There's North Carolina's like this. Like, who's the first president? Well, was that Abraham Lincoln?
Kentucky, again associated with country, yet their accent, and same with Boston, comes out of the elite officer class of the English Corps.
From Boston.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Finally we're over 1,200 people right now over on X.
Yes, keep growing. This is not the time to leave.
I know, dude, but I gotta get out of here, man. I gotta go check my chicken coop, and I gotta get to bed because tomorrow morning we're gonna be streaming.
Good shot. This is your moment. Will you own it? Something about Mom Spaghetti. He's ready.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm gonna own that. So we will be back live tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. right here on X, on YouTube, on Rumble, all that good stuff. We will be right here after I go take a little bit of a sleep. So check out Justin's channel, check out David's channel, check out Brian Labe's channel, and I don't think Dr. Coffin has a channel, but check out all of our channels. David posts content, Justin used to post content. Sometimes he might. I don't know.
On Patreon, damn it.
Yeah, he does Patreon. And then Lape does every once in a while when he feels like it. So I've got to get out of here. I really got to pee. And then I got to check my chickens. You guys have a great night. Take care.
You got to make
we'll
sure the
see
band
you
knows
tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning. Coffee and Gaming. 7 a.m. Eastern.
I'll tune in when I wake up.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.
Burn in hell, New World Order. Fuck you. You, New World Order. You, Bill Gates.